Mother, man.
Hey, this is Austin from Baldwin Asylum, and you're listening to Murder Metal Mayhem.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem!
Goddamn, Chris, I got scared there. Austin from Baldwin Asylum just took over the fucking studio.
Some fucking
man.
guttural
awesome.
shit.
Oh, yeah. So what's up, everybody? Having a good time here. We're throwing down a new Murder Metal Mayhem tonight here at Horns High Studios for the Horns High Podcast Network. Episode 192 going down tonight. This is going to be a good one. Got some people in here. So I got Chris, of course, here with me as always in Horns High. Joey, you're in the 419 there in Ohio. How are you doing?
Doing good. Not too bad.
Yeah. Very cool. I don't hear any gunfire, so that's good.
Not yet.
Just stay low.
You got folks doing donuts in the street and shit.
Right.
And we got three of the guys from the Baldwin Asylum Haunted Attraction in here with us. We got Austin, Taryn, and James. How's it going, everybody?
Going good.
Awesome. James, you hanging in over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
All right, James looks
I think
like
I got
he
him
could
too
be
high,
like
dude.
real squirrely in here
True
if he
story.
starts getting hammered. So I'm a little concerned about James. But anyway, I think Taryn will keep him in control if he gets out of hand. So it should be fun. But we are still in a little Facebook jail. I'm not sure what the hell happened. We don't know what we did, but thankfully you guys are out there. You're still fucking listening, so we appreciate it.
Appreciate that
We're going
Facebook's
to be
not
back
everything to
apparently
everybody.
October 3rd is what they're saying now, but we don't know what we did. So, we really didn't know, and it happened, and it sucks because that's a good way to communicate and post and tag and all that, and unfortunately, we're not doing that at the moment, but Joey's hanging into the group, so join the Murder Metal Mayhem group on Facebook, and you'll get updates from Joey. So Joey's going to be posting some shit until we get back on.
Yeah,
So.
because I'm an admin on the fucking the regular page, I can't post on it either.
Yeah. Oh, you can't post on the regular Facebook
because I'm an admin. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't either.
So yeah, if I don't know if they'd let me make you not an admin, but anyway, the way we're doing it, I think will be okay for the meantime.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be over before we know it.
Yeah. So all right. Well, what T-shirts we got on here now, Chris? What you got? Something inspiring? Oh, nice.
The fucking psycho killer bobbleheads, man.
Nice.
No, because we got this new dude that started training with me at work and shit, and he's all weird. I don't know. He's just fucking weird. And yesterday he walks up to this guy because I had on my Dwells Within shirt, the I Will Ruin You shirt, and it's got the noose and the hangman's galley on it. And he walks up, dude. He's like, his shirt has a noose on it. What's that all about? I just like, so I just like today I figured I'd just wear one that straight says psycho killer. He's like, what's up with the psycho? Like, I'm just going to start wearing some of I'm going to see how long it takes before I get in trouble at work for some of the shirts I wear at work.
Right. And you got the Cannibal Corpse hat on.
Fuck yeah,
too.
dude.
Awesome.
Story behind this Cannibal Corpse hat. Got it at an FTA over the weekend, which we'll talk about. But I found it in the mosh pit after Municipal Waste.
Nice.
And I was like, well, that's a fucking nice hat. Somebody's got to own it. So I figured I'd just wear it all around the fest the rest of the fucking weekend and maybe somebody would just be like, hey, yo, fucking.
That's my hat.
Yeah. And I'd be like, yeah, I found it. Yeah, it's yours. But nobody did. So I got a new hat.
Okay. Very cool. Awesome. James, what about you? I think you're towing the company line over there.
Yeah, so I've got the Baldwin Asylum logo shirt.
Awesome.
It's not
Those
our
look good,
normal
man.
Spider skull logo, but this is kind of more of our Gears logo. It says
cool.
plain old Baldwin Asylum and pain and suffering.
Awesome.
Rehabilitation through pain and suffering.
Fucking right.
Very cool. What about you, Taryn? What do you got going on over there?
I got the stabby bunch going on.
Yeah, I love that shirt.
Nice.
That shirt's dope.
Nice. Little.
It's got Freddy Krueger, fucking Leatherface, Michael
Yeah,
Myers.
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, Joey can see that. And then what about you over there, Austin?
I got the Megadeth shirt from the 2022 tour they were in, so it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
With the Lamb of God
Awesome,
and shit.
dude. Very cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Awesome.
We were
Very,
front row
very
that
cool.
show, and like Dave's voice went out. He started screaming at a security guard. I was like, "Fuck yeah, we get to see Dave fucking roast somebody."
Joey, what about you? What do you got going on?
I'm wearing the coat hanger abortion shirt.
Nice.
About to drop.
Is
About
that the
to
one
drop
your
a new
grandma
review.
got you? Your grandma
Yeah, she
bought
got
that
me this
for you?
one.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then jumping across the pond over in the UK, I'm wearing the crepitation hat.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And just to shout it out, at Full Terror, fucking the lead singer for Cephalic Carnage, Lenzig, he got brought back to our camp, and
Fuck
I was
yeah,
hanging
dude.
out with him. I was
Nice.
smoking bongs. We were all smoking bongs with him.
We were
And
trading buds and shit. Like, it was hell
Yeah,
awesome
he
as fuck.
fucking went bud for bud. So right now I'm smoking the Cephalic Carnage bud right now for the
Awesome, dude.
podcast.
Very cool. Very cool. And then I got my Dark History and Horror Convention shirt.
Fucking A.
The one that Jeff Gaither designed. So very cool. He signed it for me.
Jeff Gaither's
So
badass.
yeah, so very cool. Just like to always ask that and see what everybody's wearing tonight. Now last week we did an absolutely crazy one, Chris, on that whole Cheon cannibal clan.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich
Eat
is
the
right.
fucking rich.
South Korea, my God.
Meanwhile, we're trying to get rich.
Yeah, exactly. They hated the rich, so they thought, kidnapping, torturing, imprisoning them, and then barbecuing their asses would be a good idea. So it was definitely a wild one.
Share it with the neighbors.
Yeah, for sure. And then
Fuck
Chris, you
the
did
neighbors.
You did the metal feature. That
Fuck
was
yeah, Lust of
badass.
Decay, which I got to hang out with fucking Phil Good a little over the
Oh,
weekend.
nice. Very cool. Yeah, Lust of Decay, definitely sick. And we threw down a new Killer Cage match, which was awesome. And just the usual craziness, that was going down. Episode 191. So if you missed it, go check it out. We're passing 900 on that one today, approaching 1,000. So we really appreciate it. You guys are
Not
sick,
bad
man.
since
You
we've
like
been
that?
kicked off Facebook.
Yeah, and apparently, man, they're digging on that Chehan Cannibal Clan. So go check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers
Now-
be hungry.
Tonight we're featuring a case that's been on the list for a long time. He's considered the most prolific modern serial killer, which is pretty impressive thinking about all the sick bastards that have been there before him. But UK had their own Dr. Death, Chris, because we did a Dr. Death. Christopher Dunst.
Dunst, yeah.
And now we're
I
doing
couldn't remember
another
his
one
last name
across
for
the
shit.
pond in England, Harold Shipman. And it is definitely going to be a fucked up case with a lot of people. They're talking 250 and legit. Like, these aren't like Henry Lee Lucas
Confession
numbers.
bullshit.
These
yeah.
are like really like cops have like ran this shit down, and they've linked him to almost 250, almost 300 if you look at some of the ones they're not 100% on. So that's fucked up. From
Yeah.
1971 to 1998, what a crazy reign of fucking terror, man. This dude killing his patients. So definitely a good one. We're going to dig into the details tonight in the murder segment. Joey, you got the horns tonight, dude. You're doing the feature on a band I don't know a damn thing about.
Yeah, and I don't have the horns yet because I haven't gone out and bought the damn horns. But
We got you though. We got goat horns over here.
I have a note right in front of my face. Go buy the damn horns. So
Well,
hopefully for next time.
I got him for you in my
Chris
hand
is
right
holding
now,
them
bro.
up. He's got them for you.
Oh yeah,
By proxy,
But,
you got the horn.
yeah, for sure.
Taryn's got a horn. We got
Taryn's
horns
got
all
one,
over the place. We're just fucking horny.
As long as you all have one, then we're good to go. It's like
That's right.
It's like Voltron.
So that's awesome, and we're gonna do that on which band, Joey?
Tonight I'm going to do the band Helmet.
Hell yeah, dude. Like I said, I don't know anything about them. My wife, when I was putting the music on, she was like, what the hell's that? Because she's used to like the stuff
Just
that I
fucking
always
roar,
play.
yeah.
So it's definitely different. And that's good, mixing it up a
Yeah.
little bit. Chris, you got a Lost Classic
Yes,
for
I
us.
do.
That's going to be wicked.
Yes, I do.
You guys are going to fill us in on Full Terror Assault, which is going to be great.
Yep.
And then that Tampa Death Fest, Joey's getting close. and we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Fuck
so that's
yeah,
going to
Florida.
be crazy in the metal segment. And then Austin's in a band, so we're going to talk a little bit about that when we get to
Hell
the metal
yeah.
segment. So that's cool too. Killer Cage match is insane. Now tonight we had to get creative with listeners because normally we get the listeners off the Facebook page.
But we haven't been
So
on
we have some
Facebook.
listeners for you, Chris. We want to say thank you
Fucking
to.
names, Jesus Christ. First one is Haywood Jablomi.
Okay, that's cool.
And then we got IP Daily
Okay.
and fucking Claude Balls.
Hell yeah. Claude Balls, one of my favorites. All right,
That's,
so
that's Michael's name on the fucking
that's right.
goddamn.
On the mug shots up on the wall, Claude Balls. So tonight we got an epic battle, though. We got two chicks fighting to death in the corner tonight. Joey, what's the deal with this one?
We got Miss Hate Fuck herself, Casey Anthony.
Right?
She's going to be fighting up against fucking
Yup.
the UK psycho, Myra Hindley.
Oh,
so we
dude.
got US versus UK in this bitch.
Cat fight,
God
fucking
damn.
psycho bitches on both sides. Like, holy shit. This is going to get nuts. They're going to have a couple objects, Chris. Should make
Oh,
it
yeah.
interesting.
Very
interesting.
Because
by
I
the
actually
way.
looked after I saw who it was. I was like, what are the
Yeah,
fucking.
right?
So I actually looked this time.
Yeah, you look, but still, it's going to be good. We're going to do that for you in the Mayhem segment, a favorite part of the show for listeners loving that shit. Tonight, though, guys, Sick Rick masks. You guys talked about it in your live you did here before we started. SIKRIKmasks.com, but some of the most killer stuff. What do you guys think of these masks in here, man?
Man, one of my favorite here is definitely the Venom metal thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
the
sick,
black
man.
metal mask. Yeah, it's so fucking sick. I love the Gacy one. It's just really creepy, and I like how he can do them in zombie, like our Ed Gein one, or in sepia, like the Holmes, or natural skin, tones. It's just amazing shit. So we appreciate Rick sponsoring the show, and we legit have 9 of these fucking masks in here because we love this shit. And
Can't
it's
wait
just
for the Eileen
wicked.
Warnos to get finished.
Yeah,
dude.
the Eileen Warnos is going to be really creepy. The eyes are pretty intense on that one, so that should be great. And also, don't forget about the Tampa Death Fest coming up. They're also a sponsor. That's going to be Friday, September 30th through Sunday, October 2nd at the Brass Mug in Tampa, Florida. You guys have been there, Chris. You guys
Yeah,
love
me
it.
and Joey, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's an awesome venue, and the people putting it together are top shelf. Really great. 3 fucking nights of some of the most brutal, off-the-wall death metal, all fucking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Killer. Lots of good, Joey, some good out-of-town bands, a lot of Florida bands.
Like Joey played
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, not the Death Fest. I played the Grind Fest. But,
Oh, that's what it was. That's
still
what it
Tampa.
was.
Yeah, but still
Same
Tampa at
spot.
the Brass Mug. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely we'll talk more about that later. We got a couple of remote podcasts coming up that we're going to be doing. One is going to be with these guys here at the Baldwin Asylum in Rantoul, Illinois
Hell
on
yeah.
Saturday, October 15th. That's going to be awesome. And that's open to the public. We're going to fill you in more on that later. So you got to stay tuned, but it's going to be great because these guys have an incredibly awesome haunted house that they put on, and it's a spectacle. Just from what I've seen pictures of the shit you guys do, totally fucking stoked to check it out. It really,
Yeah.
really looks awesome. So we're going to talk more about that later. And then we're going to be doing one, Chris, at the Painted Wraith.
Yep, I
A
love that
store in
place.
Bloomington,
You guys seen that
Illinois?
place in Bloomington?
No, I haven't.
Like,
man.
yeah, hell
Really
yeah.
cool.
That's
They
our
sell all
fucking
kinds of
buddies that own that
oddities and
place. Yeah,
curiosities and shit. Really, really cool. But we're going to be doing another episode there. We did one last October. We're doing that on Tuesday, October 11th. We're recording an episode on vampires, which is going to be wicked. And that's going to be part of kind of our horror monsters theme for the whole month.
Right.
We're doing Frankenstein, zombies, vampires, and we're doing Day of the Dead.
yeah, that's what it
which
was.
is going to be wicked. So we're going to be going all out with Halloween themes and creepy shit for October. And so that's going to be good. And so we'll talk more about that as the show keeps rolling. we want to say thank you to everybody that listens to Murder Metal Mayhem. You guys are the shit. We keep seeing the numbers coming in, even despite the Facebook jail shit. 2,900 listens this week, so that was really cool. So we appreciate that. And guys, we got a lot on our plate tonight. Going to be taking a little plane ride, Chris. We've been taking a lot of plane rides lately, racking up the miles.
Can't
on
just
a
drive
drink
where we're
ride.
going right now, dude.
So we're going to England, and we're going to see if we can survive a date with the Dr. Death of the UK.
Fucking right. Let's get our fucking murder on.
Jesus Christ, man.
Fucking
Severed
Severed
Head
Head
Shop. And the song, And the Night Was Dark as Fuck. I love that. Joey, what's that EP called?
It's called The Fucking.
The Fucking, yeah. I got the fuckery
Right,
in my
yeah.
notes, but I knew that wasn't right. Oh, man, that's some fucking
Those guys were
wicked
dope
shit.
when they played Bloodshed, though.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
badass.
they brought it, and really cool guys. So thanks, Justin, for sending me that, and we're going to do a review of it, too. So you guys just fucking kill it. And so, yeah, we love it. They're from Indiana, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome. Right next to us. All right, and we got the guys here from the Baldwin Asylum still hanging out with us, so good to have everybody here. And these guys are going to kind of split the duties on the mic. So the first up is going to be Taryn, is going to be talking to us through this murder segment. So go ahead and get yourself situated. We're going to talk about some crazy serial killer shit here, so it should be fun. Tonight, though, we're going to be doing a case of one that is just unbelievable that more people don't know about this dude. The most prolific serial killer of the modern age is what they're claiming. Old Harold Shipman. A very
Shipman.
unsexy
Shipman.
name, Chris. You know, no cool names, nicknames.
Dr. Death, but
No screen door intruder. I mean, Dr. Death, I guess he would have been before Dunch. No, I don't know.
I mean, he started before. I don't remember when Dunch got caught.
So I mean, if I don't know when the media started calling him that, so that would be a good, extra credit
True.
question for somebody to tell
Now,
us who's first, Dunch or Shipman.
I will say that with fucking Shipman, they did call him Freddy too.
Right.
Like
That's
a lot
true.
of people called him Freddy Shipman.
Right.
And he was killing motherfuckers in their dreams, kind of, because he had been so fucked up on pills.
That's true. All morphined out. So it's a crazy one, and this is going to England for their Dr. Death. So it should be good. And multiple decades this is going on. So unbelievable. But he killed mostly older people, which makes it that much more fucking heinous. Such a normal guy on the surface, and then just, behind the scenes, man, doing some deadly
I want to
shit, killing people. And he fits so well. Like Gacy was one, very, very affable, likable guy, and he's fucking killing kids and putting them in his crawl space. So this is something that reminds me of that. But he was only convicted of 15 murders, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. And we're going to get into this tonight. And we got the guys here from Baldwin to do it with us. So this should be a lot of fun. Now, Chris, how well do you think Shipman is in the true crime fandom?
I didn't even know anything about him till you and Cash started talking about him. So I mean but that's just my dumbass fucking.
Whoa.
But also he's from overseas, the UK, and like we've talked about before, fucking ones that aren't in the United States, sure, unless there's something fucking just crazy like Chikatilo or something.
Right.
It's just like, I don't know. But being as big as it was, as all his victims and everything, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't hear about it till you and Cashman talked about him. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
Yeah, so
What about
I
you guys?
I think a lot of people may be surprised to find out they're going to learn something.
Right. Did you guys know anything about Shipman before you guys wanted to come in?
No,
Not at
The
all.
only one I knew about was the one that Zach Bagans actually has his van now,
No shit.
and he did like the suicides for people in the van, but he would actually kill them.
Oh, okay.
So like people that just wanted to die, he would take them in the van, and he was his own little doctor.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, that sounds pretty sick. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, serial killers are just fascinating, but this is one that I think a lot of our listeners are not going to be real familiar with. Now, Joey, we've covered doctors and nurses that kill their patients, and it's just such a fucked up thing. I mean, what is it about it?
I mean, first off, these are the people that are supposed to be fucking protecting you.
Right.
And, keeping you from being fucking hurt or dead. There's also, I'm not saying that every human has this, but there is a fucking human condition where some people are very afraid to go to like dentists or doctors or things like that
Right.
on a primal level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fucking everybody already has that fear in them, but you talk yourself out of it. Like if you go through a surgery or something, you're like, oh, you're gonna hope for the best and it's gonna be okay, but then you got some motherfucker that's fucking tipping the scales and making sure you die during that watch.
Right.
Like that's just fucking giving in to every fear that those people have. Like, see what can happen.
Right. No, that's a good point, dude. That's a good point. And so I knew a little bit, just the name, but I really had no idea the gravity of it until I watched a documentary, and I was like, holy shit, with this guy, definitely on the list. Definitely a must-have in our lineup because it's just so crazy that he killed in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s.
Fucking 3 decades, dude.
Yeah, putting up some crazy numbers. And I'm going to do a comparison at the end of him as compared to some of these others we talk about, and it's pretty startling. Now, Taryn, the fact that 80% of his victims are older, senior citizen females, just makes this motherfucker like you just, in a prison environment, not going to do real well in the...
No.
But, nobody likes somebody like that. Just so awful, but they go for the weak, right? Because most of them are just fucking cowards.
Yeah, when I was looking into it, it mainly looked like his main goal was to take whatever money or whatever they had left over that
Right.
he could just take from them. So if they were older, nobody would think about it, and then he could just take.
Suspect because they're already older. But, he fucks up. We're going to get to that. But,
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting story. But the fact that he was going after these older women, you think about, like, your grandma. Like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I was really close with one of my grandmas, and I couldn't imagine something like that happening, which is fucking horrible.
I'd turn into a serial killer myself.
Exactly. So he's born Harold Frederick Shipman. So Joey was right. They called him Freddie, but the serial killer world, the true crime world, was calling him Harold Shipman. So that's what I'm going to use. But certainly Joey's correct that that was definitely how he went. But 1946. Yeah, go ahead, Joey.
I was just going to say real fast, I was doing my homework for y'all. Harold Shipman's, his crimes spanned from 1975 to 1998. And Christopher Dunch was born in 1971.
Oh,
so
damn.
he was only 4 whenever. So he was 4 when Shipman started his.
Oh,
spree,
shit.
So,
all right.
he was definitely first.
He's the true one then. Okay. Well, very good,
Right.
Joey. Very, very good. He's born 1946, as Joey said, Nottingham, England. His friends and family called him Fred or Freddie. He was the middle child of 3, raised in a working class house. Had both parents. They're both very devout Methodists. He was this, big sports guy, played rugby.
He was badass at rugby,
He
apparently.
was,
dude.
and he could run. He was a good long-distance runner, which we're going to get to that as like a coping
When he
mechanism.
stopped playing rugby is when all his murderous aggressions came out.
That's true. Yeah, it would have been better in the scrum than been
Right.
out doing what he was doing. But a bit of a loner, and we've seen that before with guys like this. So, no big surprises there. But, the running and the rugby, he became vice captain of the school's athletic team. His grades were good, but pretty average. So he didn't really stand out in high school. Now, they don't use the same names of schools like we do. Like, they have, like, prep primary school, so I think that's grade school. But
Right.
nonetheless, I believe it was when he was in high school that he was just kind of average, you know.
Yeah, but he was good at rugby. Yeah.
But he was really good in sports, yeah. Now his life completely gets upended when he's 15. Some sources I looked at said 17, so I'm not sure. But the mom died in 1960, so my math says he was 15, based on what month and everything. He really was close with her, nonetheless. She died when he was a teenager. He was really close with her.
Saw that he was 17 and like she got cancer and his dad was working all the time, so he was basically fucking taking care of her the whole time. Like get out of school, just run straight home, take care of her, and
and really liked taking care of his mom, you know.
Right.
But it was sad because he was seeing her, with the morphine and all that. So
see, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like he saw his mom fucking having this
Something
cancer
clicked.
or whatever, watching this doctor give her morphine all the time to take the fucking pain away. And then next thing you know, she died after getting morphine. So maybe that clicked in his head. Is like, oh, I'm just taking pain away. Or it's just a fucked up situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was completely fucked up. He ran literally all night long. He didn't know what else to do, and that's how he kind of coped with it. Is he just ran literally all night? That's pretty fucked up. Now, Chris, I mean, what kind of impact do you think, this is going to have on him as close as he was with her?
Yeah, like I said, fucking, he just lost his mom, and she, like, privileged him out of fucking all the other kids, too. They, like, treated him like he was the best child they ever had. Fucking, like, look up to this kid. Telling the other kids, basically, look up to your brother. He's going to do things in life.
Right.
And then his mom dies, and he sees how the pain that she was in, and the morphine helped the pain, so that's where it went. It impacted him a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Joey, what do you think? I mean, with the whole thing with his mom taking the morphine, I mean, that's obviously got to stick with him and be filed away in that file that serial killers keep of, this might be an idea I might want to use someday.
Yeah, and I mean, not only as an idea he might wanted to use, he obviously dwelt on the subject in some form or other, and to say that there couldn't have been a link between that and the way his mom, what happened with her, and and exactly the same time that he starts taking an interest in medicine, it's I don't know. That's too many coincidences for me not to believe that that's exactly how that road went.
Right, I agree, dude. I agree. I mean, Taryn, we talk all the time on Murder Metal Mayhem about these traumatic things that happen in these guys' lives that really fucks them up. But I mean, everybody deals with some heavy shit. So what do you think it is about them that just seems to throw them in a super bad way, man?
I think it has to do a lot of mental. I mean,
maybe some mental health issues maybe going on, which makes sense. If you're not stable and some crazy shit, like your mom being sick and dying, that's pretty rough on anybody, let alone a teenager. That would be hard for anybody to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of these guys, if you look deep into them, like their home life before when they were younger, sometimes it was
really
their
bad.
Mom, they would beat them, or their dad would beat them. So
and then some are totally normal. That's what's so weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why one guy would lead a totally normal upbringing and then be a fucking crazy serial killer. But I think, like you said, you get the mental health issue part of this that obviously we really don't know. What the hell the deal was with that. So 1966, Harold gets married to old Primrose May Oxtoby. I mean, if that's not a fucking English-sounding name, I really don't know what the fuck is, Joey. I mean, Primrose? I mean,
that's pretty fucking English.
Yes. So we got some English listeners, so please, you're going to have to excuse me, but that just sounds so stuffy to me. I don't know what the deal is with that.
I've personally never met anybody named Primrose.
Yeah, I mean, she might have been really nice. I'm probably just a jackass for fucking even saying it. So she was studying to be an artist, so she was, an artistic type. He's 20, And they get married, but, that's not uncommon at that time, getting married young. They had 4 kids, so, they had kids early.
She got pregnant before they got married, too, their first
Right.
kid, yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
she
one
had-
of
they had
those
to-
shotgun wedding type things, I believe.
Fucking whore.
Yeah, they had to get married behind her family's back because
Oh.
they didn't agree with it.
I
Yeah.
could see if they were devout, that's not cool.
I think I saw somewhere that like
Right.
in that time period, like only like 8% of kids were born out of wedlock or some shit.
Right.
Like now it's like 8% are born in wedlock.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is a total reversal. It's sad. It honestly is. So he studies medicine at the Leeds School of Medicine at the University of Leeds. Though, he didn't get in the first time. So it took 2 times. He finally gets in. He graduates in 1970. And the question is, did he become a doctor to help or to hurt people? And like you guys have already pointed out, he was obviously getting into medicine at this time. He sees what happens to his mother. So that certainly was
Right.
some sort of inspiration. But what inspiration? I guess we won't ever know. But, it's just
Homicidal
fascinating.
experimentation.
Right. So this is just nuts. But he winds up getting a job right out of medical school at an infirmary in Pontefract, West Riding of Yorkshire. There's another town name. Like, wow, like that's a long town name. West Riding of Yorkshire. It's very English sounding. So everything in English sounds really proper. It makes us sound like a bunch of hillbillies.
Oh,
Here, Joey. I mean, barefoot in the fucking
Yeah.
horns high. You
Fucking
know what I mean? I don't know
cornfields,
what the hell
man.
the deal is. I mean, you guys drove through fucking cornfields to get here, so
live
we're
in
in
a
the middle of
cornfield.
the green
the
wave.
corn, right? So Chris Shipman appears to be that classic serial killer leading that double life.
Yeah, like BTK and shit. Like, he's at home, chilling with the family. He's fucking raising his kids, doing
Right.
his job. I mean, yeah, he might be killing people at his job, but he's doing his job, taking care of his family.
Right?
I'll go with it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
he's
get away
able
with
to-
it, do it, dude. Do
like,
it.
We've brought it up so many times before, but BTK called it cubing, where you can keep various sides of a cube for that part of your life separate from the others.
Right.
You're the work guy. You're the at-home guy. You're the serial
Depends
killer.
on which side of the cube is showing.
That's fucked up. And that's how, BTK described that what that was like, how he was able to do those things. Because most people would think, how the hell do you go back to your family after you just fucking killed somebody? That's fucked up. you
Best
know?
way to hide it.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
for real.
But some people can't pull that together.
no.
Whereas a guy like this is just so fucking cool, some devious shit.
He started believing his own
And
lies.
there's two
Yeah.
kinds of people that do that, because you get like this guy, or I guess a regular serial killer who does it for fun and then goes back to their family. Then you get somebody like fucking the Iceman or fucking Mafia Hitman who
Right.
does it for business, but
Right.
you're still killing the motherfucker and you go back to
Go
your
back
family.
to your family, yeah.
True,
So,
dude.
but maybe you don't feel like the perversion guilt thereafter for doing it like a serial killer.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So 1974, he gets a job as a general practitioner, a GP. And, like that old school family doctor type of thing back in the day. We don't see that anymore. But, now we go to like prompt care and we're seen by a nurse practitioner. You don't usually see a doctor unless you're pretty fucked up and they refer you to one.
You need to go somewhere not here. 'Cause you are fucked up, dude.
But back in the day, that's what Shipman was doing. And now he's at the Abraham Amarad Medical Center in Todmorden. Wow, these names. And was really impressive to his superiors. His patients loved him, but very odd that he was so distant as a kid and he just kind of blossomed into this, very personable guy that people just really liked. But, he did have the odd thing they said was that he always wanted to do his own injection. So he didn't want the nurse doing his injections for him. He wanted to do them
Like, I got
himself.
to do it myself, right?
Yeah, so that was kind of weird. But hey, he was a really good doctor, so they just let it roll. And now it would have been at this point that they believed he started killing, and I don't know what you guys saw, but a couple different sources I saw said they think the first victim was a 4-year-old girl.
I saw something about that, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, she was supposedly sickly, and he was able to, using morphine overdose, and like you said, Chris, put him in La La Land, and then they're off to sleep. He would feel godlike, he would say, in the power of life in his hands like that. So 3 patients I saw of his died in one day, which is crazy. And it's amazing that nobody was putting this together. I mean, that just sounds kind of over the top here. Now, Joey, we start to see Shipman on this slippery slope. What happens, man? He gets busted doing some dumb shit.
See Shipman on the slippery slope. I can't even say it one time, much less 3 times. But yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He gets caught. He's going through fucking paperwork. Or the doctors find some paperwork, and it shows that he's been fucking forging prescriptions for Demerol for himself because he's a fucking drug addict. And then so they're like, oh, why would, they're questioning him. And he's like, well, I just take it because if I'm going to prescribe it to my patients, I should know what the effects are.
Right.
Which is a fucking absolutely ridiculous thing to even contemplate that they're going to be okay with.
Right.
Yeah, so he gets busted for that. He gets fucking fired. He gets forced to go to rehab. And, I mean, this is just the beginning of his medical career, so not looking too great.
No, not looking very good at all.
What was the? I think it was maybe it was for the murder in May. Didn't we do like a nurse that killed a whole bunch of people too?
Yeah, we did. Janine Jones.
That's who it was. Yeah, I was trying to think of her
in Texas. Yeah,
because she had the. Yeah, and she she had the fucking. I can't remember what it was. Where she fucking liked it when she got all the attention for trying to save them and all that shit.
Oh, right.
All the attention that surrounded all the fucking shit, but there were things that
by proxy.
Yeah, and there were things that she did and the way that she acted that definitely fucking reminded me of how Harold Shipman.
No, that's a good analogy, man, for sure. Janine Jones was a sick one we did, I think, in the month of May, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
where we put all the fucked up females usually in the month of May for Mother's Day. All right, so he's got this fucking attitude. He's better than everybody, probably because his mom told him that.
All the fucking time.
Yeah, all the time. He convinces an employer to give him another chance after he gets off of the fucking rehab over his addiction, apparently. But he gets a job as a GP at a Donnybrook Medical Center in Hyde, that's Greater Manchester, in 1977. He would blend in with others and keep that job in 1980s, and then eventually would open up his own office. It's interesting, in England, they call the doctor's office the surgery. He opened his own surgery, meaning he opened his own office in 1993 at 21 Market Street in Manchester.
I just saw something about before he got fucking busted for writing all the prescriptions. Like, he was like blacking out during fucking surgeries and shit or whatever. And they diagnosed him with not Parkinson's, epilepsy. That's why they were saying he was blacking out or whatever. But it was really because he was just so fucked up on the drugs that he'd just fallen out.
Oh, my God.
Like, he got to the point to where his wife was like driving him everywhere he needed to go.
Wow.
Which I thought was fucking hilarious. Like, all these doctors are going to be like, oh, yeah, it's just epilepsy. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then to let him performing operations and things.
Or whatever he's doing,
Not good at all. So, and he's a respected member of the community, despite the fact he's been killing patients for more than 20 years. People knew him, said he was very nice, very likable. Last person anybody would have thought would have been doing some shit like this. Another thing that was most of his victims lived alone, and as Taryn pointed out earlier, they're elderly, so they're more vulnerable. They're living alone, which makes them even more they got money, so he's thinking he's going to scam, which we're going to get to that part of this. So very interesting the way he kind of sets these up with these perfectly situated victims that he can handpick because he's a doctor and he deals with so many people at that age. You know, it's like the kid in the candy store, the pedophile's playground. You know,
Right.
This guy's got the elderly population in the palm of his hand because he's the fucking doctor. He's like God.
Yeah, he's the boss.
And he's saying who's living and who's dying. It's pretty fucked up.
Like, people were like, I fucking feel like I got a miracle having him as my doctor. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, they loved him, and he was actually quoted as saying that the elderly are a drain on society. Because, you know, in England, it's national medicine, so nobody pays for anything. It's all free.
Right.
So, you know, the government's paying for it, but, you know, the individuals think it's free, but there's nothing is fucking free. You know, somebody's got to
paying
pay
for
for
it.
this shit, you know. And, you know, so that's a whole argument for another day. But, Taryn, I mean, 1998, the House of Cards starts to fall in because a doctor is brave and she steps up and says, hey, something's going on here. There's a lot of people dying under old Dr. Shipman. I mean, what was the deal with that, man?
Yeah, she just, every time he would just bring in a body and she's like, this is a little way too much for a doctor.
Yeah. She
the-
was, you know, a doctor herself. So, I mean, you know, they're going to take her seriously. Dr. Linda Reynolds of the Brooks surgery. So a different surgery, a different doctor's office in Hyde, which isn't a real big town. And she's like, hey, you know, there's a high rate of deaths going on here with his patients. But, I mean, nothing, unfortunately, is done about it, you know.
Yeah, they looked into it and it was like, what was it? It's like 8 people died in a month.
Right.
And that would have had to been like 2 people a week
A week, right?
that he would kill.
Yeah.
And it was just outrageous numbers of,
Yeah.
there's no way that many heart failures or
Right.
whatever he claimed it was
Yeah, exactly.
would be going on.
These were healthy people in some cases, but
Yeah, not
this
even
shit's been
sick.
going on at this point for 20 fucking years. So this is just unbelievable. And Chris, apparently Dr. Reynolds was concerned about all these cremations. Because
yeah.
what was the deal with that, with the signatures?
Like, because there was a thing like, if somebody dies and they want cremation, they're supposed to have another doctor sign this certain form. I can't remember what form, like Form 8 or some shit like that. I don't fucking
Right.
know. But that was basically only if it was a violent death. If it was a non-violent death, natural causes or whatever, all the doctors in the area were just like, write it off themselves, like whatever, it doesn't matter. But had it been like a murder,
Right.
they would have had to go get another doctor.
I
So
see.
like all these are basically just natural causes because he said so. He's the doctor.
Right.
So he didn't have to sign off on that. So he was able to fucking get all these burn notices. That's what I'm going to call them.
Okay.
And yeah, and she noticed that compared to her fucking number of patients in her practice and the number of patients in his practice and the number of deaths she was having and the number of deaths he was having was like way the fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Way the fuck
He
off.
was off the charts on any statistic you look at. Joey, later on with the Shipman inquiry, they're going to be blaming the police in Manchester for putting some inexperienced cops on that case. I mean, what did you see about that?
I mean, they're going to talk shit about the cops in this fucking investigation, but who in the world had gone through anything like that up to that point, you know?
Right.
They said that the officers were inexperienced. The investigation was too much for them, especially whenever it referred to the cremation orders of Dr. Shipman. And I don't know. It's a crazy case. You don't hear a lot of that coming out of that fucking neck of the woods. So
No.
I don't know. In this instance, you know, you might be able to let it slide that they didn't do such a great job right away.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to blame the cops after the fact, but still, you know, you got to put the inexperienced guys on some case. I mean, at that point, they had no fucking idea what they were dealing with, but it just looks bad, you know, when you're looking at inexperienced cops. Maybe that if there was some seasoned detective on that, he might have been able to figure it out, but that's a big if, you know. But you know, they're going to blame somebody. After the investigation is closed, Shipman killed 3 more patients. But in August of 1998, a taxi driver would claim that Shipman had killed 21 people and went to the police about it. This guy's name is John Shaw, and he told the cops that he drove many patients to see Dr. Shipman at the hospital who were very healthy, and then they died under his care. And we're talking 21 fucking times. I mean, I'm kind of wondering what in the fuck took him that long to go to somebody. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking people.
You got to figure that out. It's like the goddamn locksmith on the fucking...
Well, there wasn't the locksmith that was the detective on Dutroux.
Yeah.
When he's hearing the girl screaming inside the wall, and the guy's like, oh, no, that's from outside.
Right.
Meanwhile, they were there to find a fucking torture dungeon. I mean, it was fucked up, but very similar. You know,
but yeah, they
just
21 times that you got. It's like, maybe something's going on with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, Taryn, do you think the taxi driver was maybe afraid? Is that why you think he didn't come forward? Or
so what I looked into, it was actually his family members. So he actually had this notebook. He would write down everything that he thought, all his conspiracies, all of that.
Oh, the taxi driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he would go to his family members and talk to them about it. Well, his family members were actually a part of his practice. So he was their doctor.
Oh, shit.
And they kept telling him, well, don't say that. How are you going to talk about somebody who's big in our community?
Oh,
they were fucking all about fucking
and they were
Shipman.
like, what if you're wrong? And then you just accused him of all this. So the taxi driver just held on to that for a while.
Because it's one against many,
Yeah, and just kept building all that stuff up. And finally, when he heard that the police were on the radar, that's when he was like, all right, I'm going to take all of this stuff and meet up with them.
That's good detective work.
Yeah,
there,
dude.
Very good.
That's fucking badass.
Excellent. So the last known victim of Harold Shipman was 81-year-old Kathleen Grundy. She's found dead in her home June of 1998. He had gone over there to just take some blood samples. He's the last one to see her alive, and he signs the death certificate later on. He said the cause of death was old age, but the woman was in very good health. Despite her age, she was in her 80s. So this is, obviously going to bring some attention. Her family's surprised to hear that Shipman said that she was so frail and sickly when she was active older lady.
Yeah, her kids are saying that she would physically be outside in the yard doing things and doing physical shit. Not frail, no walker, just...
Yeah, not like today with ordering shit on Amazon.
Right.
She was like whittling wood and...
I actually got to walk to the store to get my shit.
Right.
God damn.
That's right.
Yeah, there was a...
Granny spry.
Her neighbor actually talked to the detective too, because she said that, anybody that came over to her house, whenever they would leave, that she would always take them to the door and wave them by.
Right.
And she said when she looked into the window, she was just sitting in her chair, and she was like, that's not like her. She usually, walks them out and says bye. So she automatically knew from there it was a little weird.
Interesting. Very good. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, the family knows something's up. Shipman was doing his very best not to have an autopsy done, but the family, agreed. And so that's how that went at first. Now, Chris, he fucks up with Kathleen Grundy.
A little bit.
Little family issue there with some attorneys in the family.
Yeah, her daughter was an attorney already.
Right.
And now, so there's this will of Kathleen's that is fucking forged as fuck.
Yeah, it looks like a fifth grader did this shit, man. And,
Did you see
also,
pictures
I
of
wanted
it?
to point out,
I didn't see pictures of it.
she's a lawyer, but
Right.
in England, it's a solicitor. So
Okay.
want to make sure our English listeners don't
Yeah.
call us out. Okay.
Yeah, this lady's daughter is a lawyer, and they pull out this will, and everything in this woman's will is going to fucking goddamn Shipman.
Right.
Like out of nowhere. There was like money, 2 houses, all this shit just going to Shipman out of nowhere. Her daughter's like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
$464,000.
That's fucking, the U.S.
all
dollars.
to him. 400,000 pounds, but in U.S. that's
And,
464.
and 2 houses.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck?
This lawyer daughter's like, hold on, sir.
And it looked fucking
Hold on.
janky as fuck, like white out. Like, it was really bad. It looked really horrible. But the will was so poorly forged, they knew something was up. It was also very sloppy because she was very orderly.
Right.
So she wouldn't have done it like that. Her signature wasn't right. The daughter, they all know something's going on. The Manchester News, though, I saw was tipped off about the forged will, and they start looking into it as well. So when you got these investigative reporters climbing all over your ass, that's not good. That's where they come up with Dr. Death, Joey. So that was when they actually named him that. So we'd have to see when that was to see.
Oh, yeah, when the name.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking it's probably Shipman. So once they looked into it, though, everybody realized it was much bigger than just one patient. And this is going to shell shock this little town of Hyde that was, at one time, people held doctors in a much higher regard. Like you said, Taryn, people would have been like, how are you going to accuse the good doctor of doing that? Are you sure? You're going to fucking make yourself look like an ass. You're going to besmirch this guy's name. So it was a much different thing. Not like today where a motherfucker would be on Facebook right now with pictures and shit and would be all over it and probably have a lawyer before they got home, So that's just how it is today. But this was, of course, a much different time. But Joey, it's amazing that Shipman had been killing patients for that long and would fuck up like this in 1998. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he did it? He was cocky, or what was the deal, man?
I don't know. It's ridiculous. You're gonna have an old woman, that you're the only beneficiary on her will. None of her family, nobody else, but Shipman was. So whenever she passes, and you can start pointing fingers, who are you gonna point the finger at? The only person that was fucking had an MO, And like you said, was he sloppy? Did he get too fucked up on the Demerol and it fucking clouded his brain? Who knows? His God complex, you know what I'm saying? Fucking whatever it was, it seems like a really stupid fucking decision considering everything else he had been through.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a unbelievably sloppy, or was he just tired and just wanted to fucking end it? I don't know. It's hard to imagine. I mean, I think he was just so fucking cocky because he'd been getting along, for so long doing this shit, and he has this like God complex thing going on. But it's unbelievable. He always thought he was smarter than everybody else. I think he was just that obstinate that he just didn't think anybody would figure it out. So now there's this serious police investigation. Grundy's body was exhumed. So luckily they didn't cremate her, so that was good. They found traces of diamorphine, which is heroin, at levels high enough that would kill her.
Heroin.
So we do not endorse such things, okay? This is commonly used in cancer patients as they get close to the end, and we know how that was with CK because that was how it was for him. It was, just tough, but at least he was out of pain, and that's what that's for. But Shipman would claim Kathleen Grundy was a drug addict and that he was treating her for that. And he also claimed he loaned her his typewriter to make her will, which is...
Makes no sense.
Yeah. Why would you go to your doctor? Hey, doc, can I borrow your typewriter for the weekend?
Like, I got to write out a new will. Oh, of
Yeah.
course you can.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's the beneficiary of it. Like, it's so stupid. Like, nobody would be this dumb.
Dude, as
Even
smart
the
as...
Sheehan family would be smart.
Jesus Christ. As smart as he was and as long as he went through it, like that... Like, what made him think that was the best idea to do?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. So he shows the
Go to
police
Kinko's.
He shows the cops this journal he kept on his computer, detailing notes from when he saw her about her addiction. But the police figure it out that he's lying because the entries are made before her death or after her death, which is again fucking stupid. He should have been in the basic fucking computer course with BTK.
Because the whole floppy disk.
Yeah, I mean, like, both of these idiots should have fucking taken a basic computer course because the cops could figure this shit out. I mean, it's ridiculous. So
You figure
this would
anything out
only
if you
make
got the
him look
computer.
more guilty than he already fucking was. Another thing, he used diamorphine to kill, which he says, stays in the body for centuries. I saw one of the docs had a doctor on there that said there's like dozens of things he could have used that would have been undetectable.
Fucking just give him an overdose of insulin. The body makes it.
Yeah, I mean, the doctor said there's so many other things that why he used that was so stupid because they exhumed the lady and, of course, found it. So,
And then they started exhuming others.
Yeah, exactly. So he could have used any other drug. It's just so fucking stupid. I'm just wondering if it was like an homage to the mom because that's what they gave her.
Right.
But that's pretty fucked up when you know that it could maybe eventually catch you, being traced back to, you as a doctor. So, Taryn, we see this, though, in serial killers, how they get so sloppy there at the end. But I don't know if you just think he just didn't think the cops could do that, or what do you think?
I think he just got so used to getting away with it, he just got too comfortable.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Slipped up one time.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
That's literally all it takes.
Yeah, that's I agree with you 100%. He just got really cocky and thought he was never going to get caught. I mean, fuck, he'd been doing it for 3 fucking decades. I mean, why would anybody think you've been going to... I mean, if you've been doing something for that long, you're just thinking, I'm the shit. I'm the best that there ever was.
Especially when it's murder you're talking about. Like, 3 fucking decades. I got fucking hundreds of people under my belt. Ain't never going to catch me.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me do something stupid real quick.
Right?
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. So he's finally arrested September 7th, 1998. Last week actually marked the 25th anniversary of his arrest. So pretty interesting we timed this that way. But he was a total piece of shit. Also found to have the same brother typewriter that was used to forge the will of Kathleen Grundy. So totally bonehead. He tried to use his medical terms to confuse the police, but they're not going for it. The blood test that he said he was doing for Kathleen never existed. They couldn't find any evidence of any blood test at any lab or anything like that. He's tripping up in his lies, and it's obvious. So they do 8 more exhumations, like Chris said, and they find the heroin in the body, so they know it's him.
They find there was like times when he was at victims' houses when he was doing the house calls and shit, to where like he supposedly called the ambulance and then canceled the ambulance because they had died.
Okay.
But they go back and there's no phone records of it ever happening because it was like landline back in the fucking...
When they kept record of every call, right?
I mean, they still keep record of every call. They're
True.
listening to us right now.
Right.
We're on the internet right now. They're listening.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, he's saying they died of heart attacks, but every one of them's got morphine in their tissues, so they know it's him. So I saw there was a book written called Prescription for Murder by Brian Riddle and Gene Ritchie in 2000. And they claimed, they believed at least, that Shipman forged the will because he wanted to be caught because
saw
his
something
life
about
is
that.
totally out of control. He wanted to retire at 55 and leave England and take the big money that he was going to inherit. So that's what I'm thinking makes more sense than he was wanting to turn himself in, because I don't see a guy that's all cocky like this ever wanting to turn himself in. I just don't see it. I would have thought he would have wanted to get away with it and maybe skip town with the money, and maybe 464,000. You could do
$464,000,
quite
I'm
a
out.
bit with that kind of money.
Peace.
So I saw an interview with one of his cellmates who said Shipman never admitted to anything. And I think in his mind he believed he was doing the right thing and had the power of God, like I've said. Oddly, he saved that cellmate when he tried to hang himself. That was kind of crazy.
Which is ironic.
Yeah. Christopher Barry D., the criminal psychologist, I saw him on an episode. He said Shipman saved him because he wasn't his victim type. So he was just being a human being and saved him, which is fucked up to think of a guy like that saving anybody. Oh, yeah. But if it was an old lady in his cell, he would have been like, yeah, whatever.
It's
I'm
because it
going
was
back to
hanging,
bed.
not morphine.
You know what I actually saw that's actually really pretty cool.
So
they say most of his, or all of his victims were elderly women.
Yeah.
most of them, yeah.
But when I was doing my research and stuff, there was actually one male that he killed.
Only one? Because I thought it said
thought there was a
80%
couple.
were elderly
Oh.
women. So maybe younger women, but you saw there was only one male?
There might
I
have
only
been more
recall
male.
hearing about one.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing of any. That's why I was surprised it was 80%. I would have figured it was 98%, but
But
so
yeah,
one man?
Yeah, from what I've seen, it was just one guy.
Yeah.
But what happened was he was getting too close, and Shipman thought that he was going to figure it out, and ended up killing him the same exact way in his hospital and stuff, and told his son that it was the same thing. He had a heart condition. And
Wow.
Had to take it.
Yes, I know what story you're talking about, because his son was like, this is really fucked up. This isn't what happened. My dad was fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, this guy's a fucking piece of work. Now, Chris, I'm leaning toward, the whole get the 464,000 and get out of town.
I mean,
But, that's definitely
get away
a
with fucking
motivator,
murder that long, you might as well cash out real quick if you can.
right?
But that was the dumb way to try to do it.
Right?
'Cause,
Yeah,
like-
with that fucking stupid fake will that looked like a
that's
third
the
grader.
most
did it.
terrible way to fuck. Like, I can kill people. I could be a forger too. Sweet.
Yeah, you got to know when to sub it the fuck out. Now, Joey, the police pick up on 15 cases, so they figure that those are the ones that stand the best chance to put this son of a bitch away.
Yeah, they figure that these cases, they have the most concrete evidence for a guaranteed conviction. They had all kinds of suspicions on other ones, obviously, and they had other cases that they probably could have brought him to trial for had they needed to. But like you said, 15 of them, especially over there, that's enough to do the job.
Yeah, definitely. So 15, they knew they had, a lot more they could have got him on if those didn't work out, which is kind of genius to not try to put him
Yeah.
up for 218 and then he's
Yeah.
not guilty and then you're kind of fucked, So pretty smart. So what they claim, they did, the same pattern they see in all these 15. 9 of them were buried, 6 were cremated, which of course he pushed for. First, he administered the lethal doses of the heroin. He forged their death certificates, then falsified their medical records to make it look like they were not in good health. And like we've been talking about, but then, some of this shit they figured out after the fact that he was doing it. So that makes him look guilty as hell.
Yes, sir.
And most of these victims were also found fully clothed and sitting upright, which they found odd. If they had
in
heart
chairs.
attacks, they're usually sprawled out on a floor or fell downstairs or something kind of dramatic, not just sitting properly all in your Sunday best in a chair.
Yeah,
in
there
your
was
living
one
room.
of the I can't remember who it was, but one of the ladies that died, her daughter or granddaughter, like she never sat in that chair, and she always faced the door on the couch over there. She never
Interesting.
sat in that chair, so it was kind of weird that she's sitting up somewhere where she'd never be.
That's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. So very, very fucked up. So, you know, they pick up on his pattern. They know what he was doing, and he just did it over and over and over again. And like, you know, most serial killers, you know, he preyed upon victims that wouldn't stand out. Taryn, you pointed it out. They're older. People aren't going to miss them, maybe. Well, not that they're not going to miss them, but they wouldn't be surprised if they died because they were older, you know. But again, some of these people were very healthy, so the family knew something was up. But, you know, and the one with Kathleen Grundy certainly did him in. It was like Gacy with, you know, with Peast. You know, they do that one that just fucking, just a slip. And they fucking caught their ass. The British
fucking tail light or license plate light.
The British statistician. Wow, I've got some tongue twisters in here. David Spiegelhalter. There's another name. Claimed that monitoring the statistics would show a huge increase in the deaths of elderly women when he was around. 1996, there was in excess of 67 women over 65 that died, and then in 98 it was 119. So holy shit, he's definitely racking up the numbers. So death definitely follows him around, and definitely had a thing with the older women. But you know, unlike most serial killers, Shipman didn't have to worry about getting rid of the body, which is pretty smart. He just leaves it. It's dead. You know, she's dead.
Dead
Here's
body.
the death certificate. You don't have, because that's always the
best
one
burial ground ever.
right? That
Your
the
house.
serial killer
Somebody'll
have to deal with it,
somebody will take it away for you.
right?
Yeah, the coroner just comes in and it's
Yeah,
over
and if
with.
they
I
had
mean, that's it. Take the
Resurrection
crime,
Man
just
there,
go take all the
Joey, I mean, he
evidence.
could even make a couple of bucks on that. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
tip off the Resurrection Men of where the dead bodies were, take a little piece of the action. So, Taryn, I mean, do you think Murder Metal Mayhem needs an official statistician? I mean, that sounds kind of important. Chris, we don't have a statistician.
I'm fucking stupid. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know, Joey. You want to be our official statistician, or do we need one?
I mean, I feel like fucking, you know, Chris is already a dentist, a fucking published author, he's
Oh,
a
true.
podcaster. He's
True.
got lots of professions, so he might as well add this to his repertoire.
Statistician. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. So Google that.
I need to
after we're
make business
done.
cards.
Oh, hell yeah, you do.
So the trial begins in October of '99. The media is going nuts over there in the UK. They got the Dr. Death thing going on. You know, that's a pretty cool nickname. I'll give him that. Shipman is charged with 15 murders of women that were killed by lethal injections of diamorphine between 1995 and 1998. His lawyers tried.
Was Kevorkian not Dr. Death?
They call
thought
him
he
Dr.
was
Death
too.
too, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's been, for sure.
Like, I feel
Kevorkian.
like whenever I heard Dr. Death, I would think of Jack.
Now that
Kevorkian,
you say
but-
that, Joey, I can't believe that didn't dawn on me either. Because, for sure that would be
Oh,
Kevorkian.
definitely, because we have done Kevorkian.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Low 12 song Begging to Die that I wrote about it, Dr. Death is in the lyrics.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure. I wrote that in 98. So, anyway, Kathleen Grundy was going to be separately than the others was what they wanted, but they said no, so they lumped her in with the 15. So he was definitely done for. The prosecution, like I said, they knew they had all those other cases. These were just the first 15 they had, but they could have gone
And
for
they had
quite a few more.
A lot of good evidence on him, too.
They really did. But Shipman is arrogant as fuck. And Chris, no big surprise though on the verdict here.
Nah. I'm surprised it took 6 days, but 6 days of deliberation until 2000. He got convicted on all 15 counts of fucking murder. Got life in prison for him. Plus he got another 40 years for the forgery. Was that what it was?
15 years for the forgery, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for the
15
forgery.
counts of murder and forgery. But yeah, I saw that he got the life term plus 4 years for forgery. Sorry.
15 life terms.
Yeah.
So he's pretty well fucked.
Yeah, not going anywhere. They call it whole life tariff over there. So their life without parole is called whole life. So that's what it is. He's got that. Now, Joey, I read 11 days after his conviction, he lost his medical license. So if he had any hopes of making a rebound here, that definitely would do him in.
You would think that, Shipman probably was never going to see the light of day again, much less be a fucking doctor.
Right.
So boo-hoo, you lost your fucking license. But on the other hand, I mean, for real, though, that's something that you worked your whole life for, went to fucking school, all that shit for, and you fucking lost that shit, and you're disgraced within the community that you were fucking, once held up high in. So, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a sentence upon itself, minus the fucking prison.
That's a good point, man. He's just like, that's the last straw kind of thing. So, Taryn, it's no surprise that his lawyers, though, they're going to do everything they can to appeal it. I mean, that's just the way that goes. I mean, anybody would, public defender, regular paid attorney, what have you. They're going to fight and try to get the overturn.
Yeah.
But doesn't work, does it?
No.
No. So, yeah, I mean, they tried, but nothing worked. I did see, though, that there was another serial killer in prison with him, but I didn't know anything. You ever heard of Peter Moore?
When I started reading up on him, as soon as I heard the Man in Black, I didn't know his actual name, but when
that's
I
what they called him. Yeah, the Man in Black.
Fucking Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash is the Man in Black. Apparently, Peter Moore.
Everybody knows
Peter
that.
Moore. Harold Shipman and Peter Moore are buddies. And so, if his name was, first name last kind of thing, more Peter. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Whatever you want to think about that. So, Shipman would continue.
What if his name was Peter Shipman?
He's denying this shit. His wife would say he wasn't guilty. So she's like fucking Patsy Cline standing by her man. And Shipman never made any sort of public announcement or any media interviews. At one point, though, during the investigation, he turned his chair around. Did you see this? And turned his back to the interrogator and just refused to answer him. Like a big fucking baby.
Fucking bogus.
What a fucking idiot.
Fuck.
So he would go down in history as the first doctor in England to ever be found guilty of killing one of his patients. So
that's fucking crazy. The first one ever.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
In 2000?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they don't have as much of that craziness, I guess, as we do here.
Because fucking us Americans are fucking psycho. Deal with it. Fuck.
1957, though, there was a case of Dr. John Bodkin Adams, who was charged with murdering a patient, and there were rumors of dozens more, but he was acquitted. Some speculate he was the inspiration for Shipman.
He probably didn't try to fucking steal somebody's will.
Probably not. Didn't let him borrow his typewriter.
Yeah, definitely didn't let him borrow his typewriter.
So pretty fucking stupid. Chris, I guess Shipman, though, would get the last laugh here, would he not?
Yeah, so 2004, January 2004. Now, I saw two different things. It was the day before his 58th birthday, or it was right after he turned 58, because it had something to do with his pension.
I think it was before, but I'm
day
not
before
sure.
his birthday. Okay, but either way, he fucking decides, fuck this shit. I'm gonna fucking hang myself and kill myself, because, like I said, it all had something to do with the pension.
It did.
Penrose, what's her fucking
Primrose.
name? That's her name.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, something that had to do with her getting his pension and shit. So he decides, fuck it. Fuck everybody. I did my killing. I'm not going to be here no more. I'm out. Hung himself.
Yep. But he
Took
times
the
it
pussy
just
way.
right.
Yeah, something about the timing worked out.
Yeah, well, he did it between the 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. count, so he knew he'd have an hour. So he did.
Right.
So he timed it just right, and it would have helped his wife like you say, Chris with his pension. So
That's fucking weird.
pretty fucking just over the top.
And I'm dead, but you get money. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of my kids.
Joey,
Don't let
he
him kill
only
people.
did 4 years, and then that happens. Kind of reminds me, of a David Parker Ray or one of those cases where they die way too soon.
Yeah, I agree. With this guy, I don't know if he was going to be very informative to help out anybody with anything anyway.
Right.
He was just going to be a fucking waste of taxpayers' money. So
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
In this case, maybe it's not a bad case that he took himself.
Right. But what do you think that the 250? I mean, it seems pretty legit. Like they like really went through all his patient files and figured out how many people were killed probably the same way. I mean, it seems legit.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a business where there's dead bodies, and
right.
the fact that he was in that environment for so long, that shit starts to add up, and you can obviously look back on files for all these individuals, and then you start fucking picking out either patterns or whatnot. It's not like you're exhuming every body or whatever, but
right.
You get the patterns, and you can tell, well, this was probably one. And that's the thing is when the cops came in, they probably took the 15 best cases out of all the ones that they thought they had.
Right.
And then the other ones were just backup or whatever.
Right, right. Taryn, I mean, no surprise, though, that everybody's going to look to the prison. Like, how did you let this happen? But, I mean, they can't watch everybody every second of the day. And, this would have been in an era before the CCTV shit like they have today, where they have a lot better eye on people in prison.
Right. I mean, it's just one of those things. If somebody wants to do it, they're going to find a way to do it.
Right.
You can't just blame other people for it.
Right.
If they want to do it, they're going to find their way.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
That's
dude.
very true. Like,
yeah, it's exactly. I mean, that's
find a loophole somewhere.
Yeah, and he had that hour window, and he took it. So I could see why the families of the victims, though, were so pissed off. He's cremated. The service was held after hours and attended only by his wife and his kids. 2001, Chris Gregg, a Yorkshire police officer, would lead an investigation into 22 deaths in Yorkshire that Shipman was suspected of. And then they had, as I mentioned earlier, that Shipman inquiry of 2002 was a report generated that said he killed at least 218 patients, but estimated it would have been closer to 250, but could not be proven. And then another documentary I watched said 284. So there's definitely, I mean, it's pretty staggering when you even think about it.
Murder's like crack to this dude.
Yeah, I mean, 80%, one stat I saw said that they were elderly women. The murders took place between 71 and 98, as we've said. And, when the last report came out, that's what they were claiming. 218 is a lot of fucking murders. And if you look at that and you stack them up against the Green River Killer. The Green River Killer. Yeah. Green River Killer, Andre Chikatilo. That's what I was seeing, Chikatilo.
Yeah, I got it.
Green River Killer, Andre Chikatilo, they're looking like amateurs here. But if you combine them, Green River, Chikatilo, Gacy, and Bundy, Shipman still would have killed more.
That's fucking insane.
That is a lot of fucking bodies.
Knowing the number that Green River and Chikatilo themselves had.
Like about 150 between the two of them.
Damn.
Gacy, would put it at 180 something. Bundy, just over 210, 215. So right in there. I mean, that's a lot of fucking killing.
That's a lot of murder.
Yeah, for sure.
He was killing for fucking 23 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, man, you got to imagine that if their numbers are right, that averages somewhere around 10 a year.
Right.
That's just like extra fatalities within your hospital, wherever you're working. Like, that doesn't jump any of the numbers, or is that a safe
I know.
Right.
zone?
Why ain't quality control watching this?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It honestly is. So anything to add to this one, guys? Old Harold Shipman?
No, fucking... I'm good.
Taryn, did we cover it? Or is there anything you wanted to add?
I just wanted to wait until the end to make sure we didn't talk about it. But
Sure.
his youngest victim was 49 years old, and her name was Bianca. And her husband wanted to move, but she is the only one that wanted to stay just because of Shipman.
Oh, wow.
She didn't
Because
wanna
of
leave
him
him.
being the doctor?
Yeah, she
That's
didn't wanna leave
fucked up,
I
dude.
wonder if this dude like knew that his wife was going to be old eventually. So, you know, he has a fetish for old ladies.
Oh.
You think he would have killed his wife?
Waited out.
And he waited that her.
Right.
Yeah, really. That's fucked up. Damn. Well, I did my research.
She's an old lady now. Go see the doc.
I did my research with a couple of good documentaries. Real Stories, I like that one, and World's Most Evil Killers.
Yeah, that was good.
World's Most Evil Killers is great. There's some new ones out, by the way. I saw on YouTube. Been watching them. They got a lot of the Folie à Deux, the couple,
Yeah.
two people killer teams, male and female. But I saw one with two females, which was brutal. So there's some good cases on there we
Fucking
can
right.
do. But there's a lot of stuff out there on Shipman. If you're interested, go check it out. But of course, you just heard Murder Metal Mayhem do it. I don't know who the fuck else you'd want to listen to after listening to this extravaganza here. So next week, we're going to do a bonus episode, something we've never done before, Chris. This should be interesting.
Yeah, this
We're
is going to
to
be
play a game.
Yeah.
We're going to hang
It's,
out in here.
Yeah, the fucking Killers fucking role-playing game.
Yeah,
so-
Killers, the card game. And we had our booth there next to Jeff Ignatowski. He's the guy, the brains behind that whole operation. And it's a role-playing game with serial killers. So you mentioned Chris Janine Jones is one of the players.
That's
on
fucking
it.
insane that's one of the fucking...
Very brutal. So it's a good one. And we're going to play that here in the studio. We're going to video. We're going to record it for the podcast. And I'm bringing my wife Jenny in here, and you're going to bring Courtney with you,
Yes, sir.
your girlfriend. So that should be fun. And then Joey's got a copy of the game, and he's going to be playing over there in the 419 and maybe taking some pictures, right, Joey?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's pretty sweet. And fucking Stephanie, me, and then her mom, who's also a listener to the show.
Yes, she is.
She was stoked on it whenever she got the game, and I was like, oh hell yeah! I was like, we need to all play it because they're going to do it on the podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
So that's cool. Joey, any good page a days for us?
I only got 2 quick ones, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Fucking love the page today. If people didn't hear me last time, I did order next year's fucking version too. So
Nice.
keep them going. All right, so the first one is one of the ones they do about a cold case that was solved. I like those ones.
Yeah.
They say March 10th, 2007, a man collecting cans along Victory Road in Marion, Ohio, discovered a woman's remains by the side of the road. In 2016, serial killer Sean Great, he confessed to killing the woman who was out selling magazines door to door. He alleged that the woman cheated his mother out of money, and he became angry and killed her. He gave her name. He didn't know if it was something like Diana, Diane, or Dana. She was Sean Great's first victim. The Marion County Sheriff's Office, they announced the woman's identity as Dana Nicole Lowry on June 4th, 2019, whenever they used the DNA Doe Project, and they traced 23-year-old Lowry's DNA to her 2 young daughters, and officials were able to confirm her identity off their samples. Now, Sean Great, he was already convicted on 4 other counts of murder. He was on death row in Ohio, so he pleaded guilty to Lowry's murder on September 11, 2019, and he received another sentence with no parole plus 16 years.
Goddamn.
Brutal.
Well,
Yeah, Sean Great, that's a good one for us to do.
Yeah, that
sometime.
would be a good one.
I think I've heard a little bit of that before.
I've never heard that one. Though.
Yeah, probably once you listen to it, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Right.
All right, so fucking... so the other one I got 2 page a day, like I said. Thanks again, page a day. Love using this shit.
Fuck
But
yeah.
so this one is the murder of Tupac Shakur. So On November 30th, 1994, rapper Tupac, he was shot during an attempted robbery in his Manhattan building when he was recording his third album. Now, he survived that, but he blamed the attack on some other rappers that were from over there, Puff Daddy and Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace. Now, the accusation, along with Shakur's subsequent move to Los Angeles to join Death Row Records, now that resulted in this huge East Coast, West Coast fucking feud, and it pretty much defined hip-hop in the 1990s. Yeah, for real. So, 2 years later, on September 7th, 1996, Tupac Shakur and his entourage, they were seen engaging in a violent scuffle in the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas. Hours later, Shakur was riding in a car driven by Death Row Records head Suge Knight when a white Cadillac pulled up beside them in a red light. An unidentified shooter opened fire, shooting Shakur 4 times and grazing Knight's head. Shakur succumbed to his wounds 6 days later on September 13th, which, of course, that's today that we're reading this.
Yeah.
And then,
Good call.
of course, 6 months later, Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace, he was also murdered in Los Angeles under similar circumstances, and no arrests have ever been made in connection with either of those 2 murders.
Interesting.
Fuck.
So, yeah, page a day.
Page a day, some good stuff, man.
Goddamn Tupac. West Side, baby.
All right, well, we have done our fair share of murdering tonight, so I think it's time to crank it up. So, Austin, what the hell do we need to do, man?
Let's get our fucking metal on.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just because CK has passed on, he's not done educating the masses. CK will forever be the great metal motherfucker. We're here to stomp poser ass and eradicate the planet of their kind. CK has passed the torch to us, and we will forge the fuck on. In CK's name, we will bestow metal knowledge upon all of you.
All right, we are in fucking metal. Hell yeah.
The great metal motherfucker CK.
That's right. Always going to remember CK when we do the metal segment. And since CK has been passed now for a year, it's hard to imagine October is going to be a year.
Almost a year, goddamn.
He's been gone for a year, and the way we've been doing this segment is in his honor. We take turns, we pass the horns around, and when it's your turn, you get to pick what we're going to cover. And Joey, you got the horns tonight, even though you don't physically have goat horns at your presence in Toledo. We got you over here.
Slipping.
We got plenty of goat horns on the table. So, Joey, what?
Hey, man, if it makes it easier, we got 3 horns and 3 guests. I can slip one in each one of their dick holes.
Yes.
I mean,
Joey, spare us that and just tell us what the fuck you're going to do tonight, okay?
let me take this last bite of this wonderful Pop-Tart.
Yeah, we're eating Pop-Tarts.
What flavor you got?
Thanks to our listeners sending us the Pop-Tarts. Got more Pop-Tarts this week.
God damn.
Got some grape ones. Got some yellow
Oh,
cake.
yeah. What flavor you got, Joey?
I got this Boston cream pie.
Oh my God,
this
is
is
so
the last
good.
one in this box.
Those
yeah,
are so
and
good.
I got a box of some other new ones I'm going to try next time, so I didn't want to break into them yet. So eating the last one of these.
Nice.
Get her done.
I got a s'mores one going on. What about you guys? What do you got, Austin?
I got a s'mores one too. Yeah.
You got a s'mores one?
S'mores.
Nice, Taryn. Oh, he's got a mouthful.
He's like, God damn it.
James, what about you, buddy?
Oh, I got chocolate fudge.
Fuck yeah.
Man. So we're doing it up. So, Joey, what are you going to school us on tonight?
All right. So tonight for the metal segment, I chose to do a bigger band. I've been doing a bunch of underground bands for a long time now. I thought I'd need to fucking break the mold for a second, just do something different.
Right.
So I chose the band Helmet. Now, I'm a huge fucking fan of this band. Chris jams that shit. Fucking Helmet's just some
dope.
badass shit. Fucking, yeah. So they formed in 1989 in New York, New York. So originally East Coast band. Their genre, I guess you say, is considered heavy groove metal, which is pretty fucking good way to describe what they are.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, they released their demo, which was titled Helmet, in 1989. Now, on this, you had Page Hamilton on guitar. Page Hamilton is the one that's going to stick through the entire band. It's basically his band. Dude's a fucking genius on guitar, fucking really badass. Then you got Henry Bogdan on bass, Peter Mengeda on guitar, and John Stanier on drums. They kept with that lineup into their first full length, which came out in 1990, which was called Strap It On. Fucking just very heavy album. Really, really fucking cool sounding. They did a few splits, and then they released in 1992. I thought that was cool that they did some splits, because hearing a bigger band do that shit,
Yeah, because
that's like
they
an
was
underground thing.
right. Yeah, that's fucking strange. I didn't even know they did the splits. That's fucking nuts, dude.
Right. But so then in 1992, they put out their fucking biggest album to me, and that's Meantime.
Yes, sir.
Had the song Unsung, which we're gonna play as buffer music.
Yes, sir.
That's just a fucking, from front to back, that's a badass album. It's funny because I've said this before, but Encyclopedia Metallum, they pretty much have certain criteria for what bands they'll allow into their indexes. And there's a thing on one of the there's an asterisk on the Helmet page, and it says that Helmet was only allowed into the Encyclopedia Metallum based on the album Meantime.
Okay.
So they
Really?
don't care about none of the other shit. But because of that one, they're considered metal enough.
Okay.
I mean, to me, I think it is probably their heaviest album, so I do agree with that at least. After they dropped Meantime in 1992, in 1993, they put out a track with House of Pain called Just Another Victim, and that was on the Judgment Night soundtrack. That fucking track is dope as fuck. In 1994, they put out the full-length Betty. This time they got Rob Echevarria on guitar. In 1995, if you're watching the Jerky Boys movie, fucking Helmet's in that movie, and they're playing fucking a cover of Black Sabbath, Symptom of the Universe.
Oh, wow.
Which that track's also on the Jerky Boys fucking soundtrack.
Love the
Fucking
Jerky
A.
Boys.
Then-
Jerky Boys were the shit.
Yep. So in 1997, Helmet put out Aftertaste. Now, this had Josh Henry Bogdan, Page Hamilton, and John Stanier. So 3 of the 4 original members still in it up to this point. After this, they went on a hiatus. They came back in 2004. Now, this is also where Page Hamilton had moved, and he had gone over to the West Coast. He was living out in California, so Helmet, I guess, technically became an LA band at that time, but I always pretty much associate bands with where they got their start and shit.
Right, for sure.
So the first album they put out after the comeback was 2004. They put out Size Matters. Now, the rest of these albums that they put out basically just had Page Hamilton on them, but one standout was on this album. He had John Tempest to do drums, which is badass.
Oh, fuck yeah.
2006, they put out Monochrome. 2010, they put out Seeing Eye Dog. And 2016, they put out Dead to the World. So, Helmet's a really badass band. I would definitely say fucking go listen to the meat of their order in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s if you're just getting into them. But
Helmet
they're
is
a band
the album,
I feel
though.
that...
Or
Yeah,
Meantime is
yeah,
the album,
Helmet.
though. Yeah. Yeah, Meantime.
Yeah, Meantime is the album.
Yeah, it's fucking
And they've
so
been...
good.
They've been pretty much consistently touring ever since they got back together. Me and Chris saw them in Bloomington at the Castle, and that was a fucking killer show.
It's fucking
But,
so fun.
But they pretty much stayed on the road quite a bit, so you could probably definitely catch them at some show somewhere. So that was my
Okay.
metal segment on Helmet.
Very cool. Chris, what about you for a lost classic tonight?
Oh, you're my lost classic, Pete.
Me?
Yeah, you're my lost classic. No,
I feel like a lost classic.
92's fucking Incantation, Onward to Golgotha. Fucking
Oh, hell yeah.
old school fucking death metal, fucking just crushing, dude. Go check that shit out if you haven't heard it. That's my lost classic. Incantation, Onward to Golgotha.
A guy that I went to school with was one of the founding members of Incantation.
No shit.
Brett Mikowski, yeah.
Fucking right.
Yep. Played bass in 38 Crazy Fists for a while, too.
Yeah, fucking.
But
that
he was
shit,
in Incantation in the very, very beginning before they released anything.
That shit in high school is one of the big albums I listen to a lot. So
Hell yeah,
go
dude.
check that
Yeah,
out.
that was huge.
Very cool. All right. So that's a good lost classic. Joey, great segment there on Helmet. What's everybody been listening to, Chris? Anything new, exciting? Been listening to new Megadeth?
Well, I have not actually. Like on the way down to FTA, we listened to some fucking phalloplasty and some OOD, Lividity, and then obviously all the bands that we're about to talk to or about. I mean,
Right.
but yeah,
Cool.
you know me. I'm sporadic.
Right. Joey, what about you, man? I know you were getting ready for FTA because
Yeah.
you played, so.
Right, yeah, I was jamming, but I was listening to a lot of Ghoul before we went down there, and we were also listening to some Hank 3 and
Fucking right.
we were jamming some Carcass too.
Hell yeah.
And revisiting some Skinless, because Skinless is heavy as fuck down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw they played. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I missed that shit. That sucked.
Now, I've been listening to a band called Endless Chaos. They're not a very widely known band, but the album is called Paths to Contentment. It's fucking unbelievable. Really good stuff. And that new Bloodbath, man, Survival of the Sickest is so nasty. So
yeah, check it out.
heavy and nasty. Really dig it. Got some cool guests. Got Barney from Napalm Death coming in singing with them on a song. It's just really cool. It's really good. That's what I've been jamming. What about you, Austin? Anything special you've been listening to?
Yeah, actually, I've been obsessing over the new Megadeth record.
It's amazing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I was just waiting for it, and then since FTA was coming up but I couldn't go, I've been cranking Ghoul, and actually my old boss is in the band Air Cobra, so I was listening to their stuff when they were playing FTA. A lot of old Deicide, like Once Upon the Cross,
God,
Death to
yeah.
Jesus, those songs I've been listening to a lot more
Shit, yeah,
lately.
dude.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's cool. What about you, Taryn? Anything exciting? Britney Spears or anything?
Oh, you know I like that Justin Bieber.
Fucking yeah.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yeah. Now I've been
Justin Beaver Lake.
I've been getting back into a lot of Amon Amarth. They're
I'm on a
one of
month.
my-
Hell yeah, dude.
We saw them, and that was like my first time hearing of them.
They opened for Slayer on Slayer's farewell tour. They were playing with Lady
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah, they had the boat come out. They just been one of my favorite. Like just listening to Viking metal a lot lately.
Shit, yeah.
I can listen to it in doses. I like it, but I have a hard time listening to them for more than an album. But I like them. It's like Bolt Thrower. After a while, it just gets a little repetitious for my taste.
Yeah.
But my son is obsessed with them. What about you, James? Anything good?
Nothing too particularly new. I'm still stuck in the 90s with Green Day and Blink-182, Weezer, that kind of thing. But I noticed Travis Barker's been doing a lot with this new Kenny Hoopla kid, and I do like him tag teaming some stuff up with MGK and Willow. So
Right on.
that does-
Fucking right.
As far as the metal, though, Austin here drugged me to a Guar concert recently in December. And actually,
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say it was quite religious almost. It
Yes,
was,
it
it was
is.
a crazy,
Really
crazy
Yeah,
time.
Guar,
man.
Guar's
That was-
definitely one of the better concert experiences that I've ever been to personally.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
fucking
They're
amazing.
really
dude.
over the top. Now, Austin, you play in a band or bands. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I used to play in a really thrashy death kind of. We called it thrashcore because it was like 80s Metallica, Megadeth mixed with a hint of Trivium and like breakdowns from like you know old death metal songs. But it was called Not for the Faint of Heart. We kind of got a little bit of a name in the Champaign-Urbana area, and then my brother Taryn raps, and my band
Fucking
broke.
right.
My band broke up, and he was like, "Hey, man, stop being a bitch. come play some more music with me. So we combine this like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit-esque Saliva type group.
Oh no, Joey's all about Limp Bizkit.
And I call us
yeah.
I call us Heavy Limp Bizkit because it's more raw than Starfish, motherfucker. so we're called Clinically Ill, and right now we're working on trying to do our own instruments, like with drums, guitar, because I play guitar, drums, and bass, and I do backup vocals. I can't really sing that well, but I can hit a like no one's business.
Yeah.
But so right now we
Awesome.
were finding like beats on YouTube. We do a lot of corn sounding shit.
Okay.
Right on. I'm about to fucking check it out. Hell yeah.
That's cool,
Clinically
dude.
Ill.
Very,
We're
very
on
interesting.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. What the fuck else are we on, Taryn? Google Play. Or we can come to your house and yell at you when you're asleep. You know, we're doing that.
That's cool. That's cool.
We're doing birthday parties for 10-year-olds.
Yeah, and we started an OnlyFans where we play guitar solos at Crackheads at 3 a.m. So you can catch us out on the strip doing that too sometimes.
Subscription at $4.99.
Yeah.
Fucking right, man.
Very cool. All right. Well, that's awesome, man. Just love about, being creative. And, of course, we're all metalheads here. But, Chris is a little more diversified than me. So that's why he's the go-to guy when it comes to anything that's not metal. Because you listen to other stuff,
I
too.
listen to lots of stuff.
And I don't.
So does
I'm
Joey,
just,
though,
it's
too.
always
so.
been that way.
Yeah.
So very cool. Well, we got that big Tampa Death Fest getting ready to happen, Joey. That's the 4th annual, right?
Yep, Tampa Death Fest, Brass Mug, Tampa, Florida, September 30th, all the way to Sunday, October 1st.
It's actually October 2nd. I realized my notes were wrong. So sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. October 2nd.
There is no September. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, they got a lot of fucking bands that are coming through. Fucking Animals Killing People's the headliners for Friday. Flesh Hoarder from Texas, fucking amazing. They're headlining Saturday, and then Corrupted Saint, they're closing on Sunday. They got bands from all over, Blister and Defilement, fucking, I can't remember, there's a fucking ton of shit. Trash Panda, I think we're using them for the buffer music tonight.
Right.
Trash Panda.
Chemicost.
Yeah,
Trash
Chemicos
band
is
from,
killer.
Dallas. Yep. So, yeah, man, fucking Tampa Death Fest, fucking, it's a great place, great time.
Yeah.
I want to
Put it
go.
on her fucking badass. Yeah, no, I want to go.
You want to fly to
Yeah.
Tampa
Next year,
again,
man.
dude?
$50 for all 3 nights. That's
y'all
a really good
got
deal.
room for one more,
It definitely looks like one nasty lineup after another. So well worth the money. $20 a show if you want to go just for one night, but $50 for all 3. That's pretty awesome. All right.
And if you're really cool, and if you ask nicely, you can ask Eric, who fucking puts it on, to take you out and show you some fucking alligators in the wild, and he'll fucking do that.
Dude,
shit.
it was
Oh,
so
damn.
awesome, man. Like,
Yeah,
that,
no.
Yeah, I
that one
remember you guys
motherfucker.
did that. That was
That
really
one
cool.
motherfucker was so goddamn big. I'm like, holy fuck, I ain't swimming in
the
that water at all. Yeah.
where you could just see the head.
Yeah, that's
God
fucked
damn.
up. Very cool. Well, I'll link to that in the episode description if you want to get your tickets to the Tampa Death Fest. What about FTA? You guys both made it back, so that's a good thing. But Chris, did you want to open that up?
I will say that I was not the first person to get hurt this year. Actually, I did not get hurt at all this year.
That's awesome. And you didn't lose
I
your
didn't
teeth?
lose my teeth.
Good.
I didn't. I came back whole.
What about Michael? Did he lose his teeth?
Nope, he's good.
And he didn't get
Dude,
hurt?
So, like, the first night, like, I'm going to talk about you, bro. You know. But you got to see these pictures. I walk around the corner, like, behind the bar, and there's this, like, center island, like, around the bar area where we camp and shit. I walk around the corner, and he's just laid out, dude. Like, head underneath, half underneath the bar and shit. Like, just out. I'm just, like, looking at him like, holy fuck, did he fall down and fucking die? So, like, he's breathing. There's no blood. I can't wake his ass up. So I just left him there.
Wow.
He was all right.
Nice
He's
brother.
alive. But yeah, the bands to me were fucking amazing. Now, Friday I was kind of fucking fucked up. I slept through most of them. But seeing fucking Sexual Atrocities and then fucking goddamn Belushi Speedball, dude. What the fuck,
Yeah,
Cashman?
everybody's been talking about those guys.
Holy shit. But yeah, I had a great time at FTA. Got really drunk. Shat in some full shitters. Fucking...
What about Angela Zapatruda? Did you get to see them?
Yes, I did. And they
Oh,
were
yeah.
fucking nasty,
good.
dude.
those guys are really good live.
Holy
Man.
fuck! I'm surprised you didn't go the night before
I
the night
couldn't.
shop, dude.
I couldn't. My
No?
back was too fucked up. Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Right on. Yeah, I had a great time at FTA, man. They were fucking dope.
Yeah, that's
Everything
awesome.
there was dope.
Yeah, and Suicidal.
They were good. I was a little disappointed in the set, but they were good. They played a lot of older songs.
Everybody was disappointed because they didn't play one song.
Right,
that
because they
everybody
didn't play
wanted to hear.
Institutionalized.
Really?
Right, but
Yeah,
the
they're
rest of the
surprised.
set was fucking
No,
good.
the
I
rest,
thought.
the set was fucking fire, dude.
Yeah.
But
But Joey, you played on Thursday, right?
Yeah, I played Thursday. I was third, and I mean, fuck.
How did it go,
There were
man?
people. It went really well. There were people out fucking
That's awesome, dude.
during my set. Well, before our set, but one of our listeners, Brittany, who's also one of our friends, and she's also somebody
Gore
that
Camp.
always went to Gore Camp at Full Terror with us. She passed away recently. We talked about that in an older episode,
Right.
one of the previous ones.
Right.
But anyway, her daughter had given Chris's brother Michael some of her ashes to spread around
in
at
a
the campground when
in
we
a
were
Captain
there.
Morgan airplane bottle, mind you.
In a Captain Morgan airplane bottle. So they spread some around, like the campsite and this and that, and then they had some left, and then on my last song, Crop Chaser, we said something about her, and then Michael took the rest of her ashes and dumped it in the mosh pit.
That's
And
awesome.
You can see people moshing around.
I
it and
actually-
shit. This.
I actually
What's
need
that,
to
Chris?
send you that video because I took a video of the whole thing, dude. Everything. I have that video.
Yeah, Vanna
That's
took
cool.
one too. So
Oh, did she?
I know. I got it posted up, so it's really cool. But the one you took is also awesome from a different angle.
Right.
And there's this one guy. There's all kinds of fucking weirdos at Full Terror, but there's this one guy that walked up and where the ashes were dumped, he started fucking rubbing his hands in it, and rubbing it on his face and shit, all the ashes. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
all right, what I'm saying?
Oh boy, yeah.
Party and Brittany
Leave
would have loved
him
that
alone.
shit. You know what I'm
Be
saying?
nice to that guy because that could be the guy running around with a
Yeah.
machete at some point.
Right? Now, Brittany, if
So,
Brittany had watched that happen with somebody else, she would have fucking dug it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
So there
cool.
were like Pig Destroyer was badass. Municipal Waste, they closed out Thursday on the small
Murdered
stage.
it.
Yeah.
That was fucking huge.
Oh, my God,
Ghoul had
dude.
a fucking disgusting set down there. MOD's set was decent. It was kind of fucking short, but them dudes are fucking, they're probably has-beens,
Right.
They've been through it so fucking much. But it was still
Right.
tight, though.
Cool.
Creeping Death from Texas. Skinless
Oh,
was
yeah.
good, dude. Acid Witch was a fucking dope-ass band. They were from Detroit, and they play, like horror metal, I guess. Like shit you would hear in fucking horror movies. And
Right.
it was just really cool under the fucking full moon and shit, too. But Sexual Atrocities, and then fucking this band Belushi Speedball from
That's what I was
Kentucky,
saying.
they played right after them. Man, them dudes were fucking party as fuck.
Fucking
But so
goddamn.
a lot of badass bands. I'm gonna tell one quick story from Full Terror before I check out, and this is gonna be my mayhem. So no mayhem from me tonight.
Okay.
But we had this fucking dude that showed up to our campsite. Gore Camp is like, that's the fucking spot. Everybody comes over and hangs out with us. Like that's what's up, And
We got 3
this fucking
bongs
dude
hanging
comes
now.
over- We do. We got 3 hanging bongs. We told that story too, or trashed it. But anyway, fucking, this dude comes over and he's fucking sitting at the bar, and it's like after the bands have played on fucking Friday night, so everybody's fucking lit up, and he's just talking about how his girl, his wife, she's down there at his campsite just fucking, she's fucking pissed because she's like, can't believe that she's been here 2 days and there's no way she's staying another fucking night in this shit. And
Oh,
she's
damn.
fucking flipping out. He's fucking wasted and shit, and he's like, fucking like, man, this fucking bitch, man, she's gonna fucking stay here, and he's fucking telling us the whole fucking deal while we're at the bar. He's like, now this bitch wants to go home, she's gonna fucking pack up and leave, and he's like, I gotta tell her she can't go, all this shit. Anyway, apparently he
God.
fucking left our camp, and then like right next to us, my buddy Sean and them, they were camping. We call it the East Side fucking Gore Camp. But they were camping over, so he like leaves our spot, takes a stop through their spot, probably to drink and shit or whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, this fucking bitch. And he's just fucking going on about it. He's like, this goddamn bitch. And the whole fucking time, she's standing on the fucking dock across the fucking lake listening to everything he's saying. And she's like, motherfucker. And she's fucking snapping on him. And fuck, he had a big ass bag of mushrooms. I know he was tripping balls too. But anyway, fucking. So, you know, he's like, man, I don't even know where the fuck my campsite is. I don't know where the fuck this bitch is. And Sean's like, I think that's her over there yelling at you from the dock. And fucking, so he ends up going over there, and they said they could just hear them fucking fighting. You know what I'm saying? Going fucking off on each other. Yeah, and so I was like, I'll tell you what, if I see that dude on Saturday, I'll be like, you're the baddest motherfucker I know. But if I don't see him, I know his girl packed all their shit up and they got the fuck out of there as soon as morning broke. And that motherfucker was there partying all fucking night, and I seen him there with his wife, and she was dancing in the fucking suicidal pit. So yeah,
that's good.
But no, that shit was fun. Just listening to him snap about her and her hear everything he was saying was too much.
So funny. That's so funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'm glad FTA was a good time.
Oh, it's so fucking awesome.
And, you know, bands, you know, we do get quite a bit of stuff now coming in from different bands. If you're in a band and you want us to check you out, then send it to us at pete@murdermetalmayhem.com. And there's no guarantee we'll play it, but we'll check it out. We might do a review. We might feature your band on here.
We might come
we'll at
kill
least
you.
listen to it. So send it in. If you want to do it old school, you could send it to Murder Metal Mayhem, P.O. Box 554. Hayworth, Illinois 61745, and always throw in some stickers if you got any. And hey, a box of Pop-Tarts wouldn't hurt. You know, we got to keep us in the Pop-Tarts here. So, all right. Well, I got the horns next time. I'm going to be doing the thrash metal band from Denmark. I love these guys. Demolizer, they're fucking killer. They definitely crush. I'm going to throw down that in the next episode we do, which is not next week because it's a bonus. It'll be the week after that. We're going to be doing fucking
Killers.
Well, we're going to do the Killers next week, but the one we're doing with Tex, the Supermax episode is the last week of the month, and that'll be with Tex, and that'll be when I do the Demolizer feature. So that should be a good one. Supermax is a wicked place. Watch some shit on that.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. But our 666 Club is good too. You can join that. Our Patreon, that's how you can support what we're doing. $3 a month. Patreon.com/murdermetalmayhem. And get some bonus content.
You can help pay for my beer if you want.
You can have a Pop-Tart with us if you're in the studio. That's part of being, part of the club. So join that 666 Club. I linked to that in the episode description. All right, well, we have done plenty of metal tonight. So, James, what the fuck do we need to do?
Let's go Twisted one last time for the night, and let's talk about the freaks at Baldwin Asylum and how we're going to terrorize you from the front door to the exit this year.
All right, let's get our mayhem on.
Hi, are you suffering from neck or back pain? Do your fingers tingle for no apparent reason? Do you have no feeling down there? Well, here at the Dunch Spine Clinic, we've been serving patients in Dallas for more than 20 years. We've crippled more people than polio.
I brought my daughter to Dunch Spine Clinic for a herniated disc in her neck and brought home a paraplegic. Dr. Dunch gave her a lollipop and a stuffed animal to take home. Now that's true customer service.
That's just one of many wonderful things our patients say about Dr. Dunch. Even after the Dr. Death docuseries came out, our patients know those were all lies about the greatest neurosurgeon to ever live.
I took advantage of Dunch Spine Clinic special. December double the paralysis. I paid to become a paraplegic and came home a quadriplegic, just as advertised. Thanks, Dr. Death. I mean Dr. Dunch.
If you want all of your pain to just go away, call us at 888-TINGLE-NO-MORE. Well, at least you won't be able to feel a thing when we get done with you.
Oh my God. Little Dr. Death, Joey, the Dr. Death commercial.
For the Dr. Dunch death. All the doctors are dead.
Well, that's why I thought tonight we're doing Shipman, so that seemed to be a good fit. But yeah, Tex doing that one, that was killer. And we had, I did one of the testimonials. That was just fucking ridiculous. But
we
good
got the
time.
fucking James over here with back problems and shit already. And
Dude,
fucking
I had a chiropractor just like that I just left about 2 months ago. Straight up yanked me on my neck with a towel.
God damn.
Man, dude, I'm dealing with almost a broken neck as it is. So,
Well, poor James had to sit there and listen to that, but we were mocking
stories, guys. Stories.
spinal injury. That's certainly not anything to fuck with. But we're in mayhem, and that's how things go down here. Now, before that was Helmet, and Joey, you picked that cut. What was that song you wanted to play? Unsung?
Unsung. Yep.
Yeah. So definitely I heard that one when I knew of Helmet, but I couldn't remember having listened to him. And then when I heard that song, I'm like, oh, I've heard this. I mean, geez.
And a lot of times I'll play deep cuts. I'll play something fucking a little more obscure.
Yeah.
But with this one, I was like, fuck that. That's the song that fucking I love anyway.
Right.
No, that's cool.
It was one of the first songs I ever learned to play on bass whenever I was playing bass.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Now, normally in Mayhem, we might have a Mayhem story to tell, but tonight we've got, we're going deep on this episode. We're going to be talking with the guys from Baldwin, but we're not going to tell any crazy Mayhem stories in this one. But what we're going to do is we're going to be getting to a fucking killer cage match tonight.
Yeah.
This is when it goes down. We have a list of 75 killers, 75 objects for them to fight with, and our listeners pick random numbers for us so we can decide who's fighting to death in the steel cage. So, Joey, who do we got fighting tonight?
Well, tonight we have fucking two crazy-ass women, and one of them being Casey Anthony. She'll kill her fucking kids just to try to be with some dude. And then she's going to go up against, she'll go up against Myra Hindley from the UK, one half of the Moors murderers.
Oh, yeah.
Her and Ian Brady, but it's
Was
funny
it
because
Ian
we've had
Brady
Ian
in
Brady
there last
before.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Ian Brady was in last week. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's cool. Nice to see how they can fucking handle themselves without the other,
That's true. That's true. And I forgot to mention, Chris, our listeners, we wanted to say thank you to, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, once again, hey, Pete. Hey, would you blow me? IP frequently. Clawed balls.
Oh, yeah. All right. And then, Chris, we've got two objects for them in their cage they're going to be fighting with, and I don't even know what to say about these two objects.
Interesting.
What do we got tonight for them?
They got themselves a brass butt plug covered in shit.
We've had
it's a butt plug.
We've
so
had it
I'm
in the cage
probably
before.
going to have shit on it.
Yeah, pretty likely.
Yeah, right. God damn. And then they got a fucking, call it a super soaker water gun that just shoots straight up cum out of it.
High pressure semen.
High pressured semen.
Wow. Okay. And we've got an interesting variable in the cage with them tonight, Joey. Who's also in the cage with these two?
We have the infamous Karen after she snorts 2 lines of coke off a hooker's ass cheek.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Okay. So
Just
we
two
got
lines.
Casey Anthony up against Myra Hindley in a steel cage fighting to the death with a brass butt plug covered in feces and a gun that shoots high-pressure semen. And Karen is in there after she snorts 2 lines of coke off a hooker's ass cheek. Wow, and a partridge in a fucking pear tree.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
How did I even get that out without fucking that up? I don't even know. Chris, what's going to happen with these 2 psycho bitches in here tonight?
Basically, first off, Karen over there, she's high as shit. She's a screamer anyway. Now she's just geeked off her ass. She's just screaming at fucking goddamn.
Asking for a manager?
Yeah. Like, fucking, what the fuck's the manager? Just fucking cage match. Like, fuck you. Just screaming at Casey and Myra, dude. And fucking, meanwhile, fucking Myra's just sitting in the back like, I'm just going to chill for a second. Casey, she's a fucking whore.
Yeah.
So she just got that butt plug there slamming herself with it already.
Okay.
Fucking trying to look for goddamn motherfucking a dude to fucking have a kid with to kill. And fucking she just got that fucking gun full of cum and she just gargling that shit. She just like whatever. Fucking she just kills herself with the cum. Meanwhile, Karen just OD'd on the cocaine. I'm giving it to Myra.
Okay.
Because Myra just had to chill and watch these hoes be hoes.
I don't know, Austin, do you want to weigh in here? I mean, Casey Anthony and Myra Hindley physically, do you think any one of them has an advantage?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the butt plug again, but no, I do think Chris makes a great point about like, that's like the cum shot to end all cum shots right there. But like, we got to think about like, Myra's there without the main, without the main
Ian.
dude to like have her assault and fuck up all these people. So I don't think she knows what to do with herself at this point.
Okay.
So like she would be chilling, but I think the Karen. I don't think the Karen would OD because Karens are strong. Like that's a force of nature.
She's
like
just going to be like in a fight. And
like if you don't bring this bitch the manager in like the next 30 seconds, like
I'm going to go into a
I
PF.
I think it'd be Myra and the Karen like absolutely duking this shit out for like a whole fucking segment.
Oh shit!
All right.
God damn.
I like that. Joey, what about you, dude?
I think Myra Hindley, I think she's got this whole fucking thing planned out in her mind, and she's the fucking one to watch out for. Because I think what she does is she wanders around that ring real fast, and she sees that butt plug, and she wants to eat some fucking poop. She just loves being a fecal freak. So she picks up the butt plug and just starts licking all the poop off it. But the problem is she ran out of the poop, so she's got to fucking plot something else. She fucking pulls that spindle fucking, that hair that she's got, she pulls a fucking needle out from fucking up in the bun that she's wearing.
Right.
And then she grabs, and then she's got these fucking nylon fucking silk stockings that she's wearing, so she pulls them off and starts fucking shredding them so she can use thread. And then she fucking tells Casey Anthony to get on her goddamn hands and knees and take her fucking clothes off because you're a fucking pussy-ass bitch and I'll beat your ass. And Casey Anthony, she's scared, so she don't want nothing to do with this. So she fucking tells Casey Anthony the plan and then proceeds to sew her own mouth with the needle and the nylon stockings onto Casey Anthony's ass and pussy, starting the human centipede. They got the human centipede going on. So now Casey Anthony has to go up to this fucking Karen who's all fucking geeked out and just looking for somebody to touch her butt anyway. So Casey Anthony then fucking sews her mouth onto the fucking tweaked out Karen's asshole and vagina, and they have the trifecta of the human centipede. Then the human centipede Karen, she already did a couple lines of coke, so she's ready to fucking take a dump anyway. But she takes that high-powered fucking pressure jizz thing and just starts fucking blowing the jizz into her mouth and swallowing, and fucking her stomach just starts erupting, and the fucking human centipede shits all the way through Casey Anthony, and Myra Hindley gets her shit feast she was looking for. These bitches are all dirty whores. None of them win.
Wow. I love it, Joey. I love it.
God.
What kind of semen? What kind of semen is in the gun? Like
That's
true.
It could be horse semen. I mean, could be anything.
Oh, I love it when you tell a story,
All
Cash.
right, so we got some killer cage match, big fan favorite, and we could see why. It's just a lot of fun.
Holy fuck.
Thank you to the listeners, and we appreciate that. All right, I'm going to be appearing at Hayworth here where I live at the Hayworth Market on Main this Sunday, September 18th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm going to have my books there. It's an outdoor event, so the weather looks like it's going to be all right in the 80s. I got a tent that Chris let me borrow and got a table with the bloody tablecloth with my own little forearm there, Chris, and
Fucking
books and all that shit. All right. Now, I want to talk to these guys here from Baldwin Asylum. They've been here with us all night. Listen to the stupidity. James is going to... Yeah, thanks for coming
Anytime.
in, guys. But, James, you wanted to talk about... what is Baldwin Asylum? I mean, we got listeners from all over the world, but we hope that our listeners within earshot of Central Illinois can get over here because Rantoul not that far from Champaign, so it's a good spot. So what do you got to say about it?
Okay, so Baldwin Asylum is a haunted attraction. We're a haunted house, and we are 10,000 square feet of absolute sheer terror. We have several ratings, from several review teams, like the Scare Factor rating us at like 9.12, and we took on Scariest Haunted House and Best in the State from Illinois Top 5 last year.
That's
so
badass.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, guys, this is not something for the faint of heart, we should say. Though it is an enjoyable time for all as a no-touch haunt, so you can walk through and our monsters may bump into you in the dark.
But they're not out there doing that
Right.
fucking weird shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We are some of the safest darkness around here in Central Illinois. So we are located at 2040 Lawn Drive, Taylor Studios building in Rantoul, Illinois. Austin, you want to kind of tell us a little bit about tickets, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So due to the wonderful pandemic we all know and love as COVID-19, we have a very great online ticket. We have a very great online ticket system. Sorry, I'm really shitty at reading. But we do have heated and covered indoor waiting. So when you buy the online tickets, you go up there. You don't have to wait out in the freezing cold and all that.
Yeah, and if it's raining that night, man, come on in. We're open, rain, snow. Crazy things happen in October.
100%
But
true.
you can also order a fast pass. I'll let Taryn take over the prices, but we do have a fast pass where we'll just shove you in, like in the beginning of it, like you don't have to wait through the fucking line and deal with all of the other people's dumb shit, basically.
Fucking
but
right.
we do.
You calling me dumb for waiting in line, motherfucker?
Yeah, fuck you for waiting in line.
Cough up the money. Let's go.
Get good. But we do have a. Actually, I think the online tickets are actually better than buying tickets at the door because it's ready to go. You're right there.
Right.
You want to get there. You want to get the shit
cool.
scared out of you.
Yeah, get moving. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do feel like it's a lot more efficient. Like, I do believe that it is easier. I, for one, have never purchased a ticket online through Baldwin because I work there, so I'll just beg my owner to let me walk through. But
Right.
but I'll let Taryn take over prices and anything else like that.
Definitely get me the links to that, guys, because I want to link to that in the episode description. So if you're
Absolutely.
listening, scroll down and get that.
Yeah, so our regular ticket prices are $30 each. And like he said, you can buy it online or you can just get it at the ticket booth. And the fast passes are $45. So same dealio. You just either go online or
get it at the gate.
Yeah, get
Right.
it at the gate.
So that's cool.
So yeah, guys, this is also suitable for teenagers. We do recommend 12 and up to take your children. Although you know your children a little better than we do, so we just kind of
Right.
let you.
Right,
if your
right.
kid's into spooky shit or watches Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then fuck yeah, bring them. But we've had a kid in there telling us that we need Jesus before. I'm sure that was
Y'all
a
need
strange.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a strange concept when they got to our upside down cross church.
Right.
So
Don't forget about the people that call us daddy
yeah,
in the attraction because that
But-
happens a lot.
Definitely. Our YouTube channel is actually full of lots of awesome promo, like
Oh,
footage
cool.
of inside our haunt. And last year we set up scare cams that we recorded, trying to catch some really intense stuff. I know that
good.
Austin's had a lady go into labor on the very first room when
Nice.
he jumped over and scared her. Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
No, for real. Like, had to
Yeah,
call and
it's
get
true.
her out, and our water
Oh,
broke.
damn,
and it was
that's
intense.
I
crazy.
had,
I
yeah,
had-
and to add our own little touch of mayhem for you guys, I do have a story. So there was a intoxicated guy that walked through, and he was sagging like hardcore, like we're talking G Money sagging. Like, but I scared him. Apparently, I have this thing where like I'm not a jump scare kind of guy. Like I've always been a big fan of Jason, Michael, like the big burly stocky in your face type shit, and I would bang my head off the wall like repeatedly because I'm not scary. I don't have dialogue. I just make gargling sounds and just smack shit.
Right.
So I would bang my head off the wall, and I actually broke open the skin. And in the light, blood was pouring down my face, and I turned around and I was like at this guy, and he jumped back, and his pants fell all the way down. And this man's penis his dick comes out, and he fucking pisses on me, full stream. And my dumb ass was in so much shock that I didn't fucking move. I just let this motherfucker piss all over me.
That's fucking
it will scare you bad enough to want to piss yourself.
That's great.
However, I mean, for not everyone. You can't scare everyone, Austin.
Christ.
Yeah, we're going to be there on October 15th,
Yeah.
which is a Saturday. We're going to be there from like 7 to 10, and Chris and I will be there. We're going to have a couple people helping us because we're going to set up a little table with some stuff you can either buy or some giveaway stuff. And then Chris and I are going to be doing an episode on zombies there. That should be fun.
Right.
And maybe we'll get some of the
We got a
people
couple
that are there
zombies from our
tonight.
graveyard we could have come over for some pictures with you guys.
That'd be
Great,
awesome.
dude.
Come
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
and talk, and we'll have microphones set up.
Yeah,
So.
the public.
Chris might get drunk and piss on you.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's true. He might be sagging, too.
Our ticket booth will open at 7 o'clock that night. So
7
anybody that wants to come by about 7.
That's right. That's right. Say hello and then go get the shit scared or the piss scared out of you.
Yeah. What is
Very
our
cool.
running joke at Baldwin? The I'm shitting thing.
I'm shitting.
Yeah. So I worked in a room last year as a toxic waste type area, and it's quite the illusion. You have fog from your waist down that you cannot see from your waist down, and a lot of people that unnerves them. But I had a couple come in that were 50 years old, not scared at all, enjoying our sets, just, ooh, wow, look at this. And he's kind of like moving his hands through the fog by his waist because it's kind of fascinating if you've never seen it, you know, and you feel like you're swimming through a toxic swamp. And at that time when I was an actor, there were corners to hide in, and you would pop up and, you know, say whatever and scare them in different ways, you know, loom or whatever. And I actually was so tired by the 4th hour that I was actually sitting cross-legged under the fog. And this dude comes over. I had a mohawk at the time that was probably a good 9 inches tall, and I had it fully spiked up. And by the end of the night, you're sweating so hard in that place working, trying to get the good scares.
Right.
And my hair had fallen, was sticky, was wet. I'm sitting on the floor, and the guy accidentally touches my hair. And at 50 years old, this man screams like a girl. And he's like, something's in here. He's like, something's in here. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I just kind of like watch him. He turns around to his wife and grabs her wrist and brings her over as fast as he can to that corner. And I just crawl away. And he's like trying to use her hand in the fog. And he's like, do you feel that? Do you feel that? And she like slaps him. And she says, there's nothing in here. You're just freaking out for no reason. And you know, I feel like sometimes even mind fucking with people is just as much fun, even if it's an accident.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's funny.
You know, in 20 years, that dude will look at like changing the batteries in the remote and go, what the fuck was in that room?
I know I fucking felt something.
Oh,
yeah. So, you know, no one will ever believe him. So.
Don't forget about the dude that actually shit his pants.
Yeah. That room is also very terrifying. I mean, and we did have a guy that I just was checking on while he was a full-grown 300-pound man in the corner of my room. What was he doing? I simply went, rawr. And he goes, I'm shitting, and starts full-blown crying, and then continues, and then continues to go to Taryn's room and Austin's room in the church, smearing it through the haunt.
Oh,
damn.
man.
Wow.
But there are also good times to be had.
Yeah, so with the video, he's talking about the promos and stuff and how they were doing the over-the-top, the scare footage or whatever. I came in, it was on a Sunday, and usually I don't work Sundays just because I have work on Monday. I just don't want to do it. Well, they had called me in because they were like, well, we have nobody here. We really need help. I was like, okay, cool, I'll come in.
Oh, I can do it, right?
I was super late. There was 30 minutes left in the haunt. I walked up, and our haunt owner, Melissa, she was like, well, I'm glad you're here, but I don't think you're going to get any good scares. You only got 30 minutes. And I looked at her. I was like, just watch me. I walked in, put on the basic costume. I didn't do any blackout on my eyes. I just threw the mask on and went right through the church. And I did not have time to walk through that door before I heard Austin and our other guy in that room scare a group. So I hurried up. I snuck in there, and it's in the promo video. She comes around the corner. I jump onto the pew, scare the shit out of her. She passes out.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was my one scare that night. They were the last group.
And then she just fucking faints out like
she
what?
passed out.
That's fucking brutal.
Her soul left the body. Her soul left her body. In the video, her arms just go out to the side like she's T-posed and it just falls.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys
We're
can
just
find
like,
that
what
on our YouTube channel for Baldwin Asylum. That's on our 2022 promo video, and the timestamp for Taryn's fainting for that woman is at 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
That's awesome.
I recommend wearing a cup
Nice.
as an actor in that place.
Yeah, there's some
Excellent.
crazy stories we have as actors, some of those things you don't see behind the scenes, You
Right.
come and you enjoy Halloween and you want to get a little sense of excitement when you come through our attraction. And we offer that. Yes, it can be intense. Yes, for some that may have phobias. But it is a good time for all to have,
That's awesome.
whether you're honestly 16 to we've had people as old as almost 75 come through. We are not handicapped accessible though, however, but if you just want to come with some friends, it makes a great date night. It
Yeah.
also is just we do groups of 20 or more at a discount rate, so yeah, just come talk to us.
Awesome.
Check us out on Facebook. That's where our main content is and where the events will be posted for the daily nights. And then of course on ticketleap.com/Baldwin Asylum Haunted Attraction, you can pick up tickets there.
Fucking
Awesome.
A.
Very cool. All right.
My
well,
daughters
thanks,
dig
guys.
that shit.
We're going to hit that again at the end of the episode. So we've done plenty of mayhem tonight, so I think it's time to hit the outro.
That's willful destruction of her!
And that was a new song from Creed, actually. That no. What the fuck am I saying? Joey, who was that, man?
That was the band Trash Panda.
Love that.
And that's the song. That's the song "Opportunistic
Feeding.
Feeding." Yeah,
Very cool. All right.
but they're going to be playing the Tampa Death Fest that we've been talking about.
They're going to be killing it on the second day of that fest. So Saturday, October 1st is when they're playing, but that's going to be a wicked 3-day metal assault. Link to that in the episode description. Want to thank you guys, excuse me, from Baldwin Asylum for
Yes.
coming in.
Thank you guys
It was
for
a lot of
coming in.
fun.
Thank you so much.
I hope you guys had a good time, and it was really fun. And you guys hung in with a long script, 10-pager tonight, and you guys did just fine. And we appreciate you coming in, and we're looking forward to coming to see you guys on Saturday, October 15th. So that's going to be
Gonna
good.
be a blast.
Bumper music tonight, Joey. Who did we play in the show?
We played Severed Head Shop, Helmet, and Trash Panda.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking
Chris,
A.
that metal segment intro by...
Always motherfucking Chrysix, the great metal motherfucking Chrysix.
You know it. And the Murder Metal Mayhem intro by Low 12. So, all right, thanks to everybody out there listening. We keep seeing the numbers coming in, and we appreciate that. Now, I don't know, do you guys have your notes out? Do you want to participate in reading any of these comments?
Oh yeah, that's
If you want to. James, you want to take that first one?
Yeah, is that from Calvin Fucks Hobbs 68? All right, you guys are so awesome. I listen to you every week in my garage while I'm working on my race car. Horns way up from Phoenix.
Hell yeah,
Fucking
man.
A.
That's awesome.
If I can
Very
get
cool.
that vroom vroom going.
Hell yeah. Taryn, you want to read the next one?
All right, we got this. Donna Smith 4444 commented, "I am sad that CK is gone, but so happy you guys keep on doing the metal segment the way you do and mentioning him every week. The great metal motherfucker will never die with you guys keeping it alive."
Awesome. Very
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
Donna. We appreciate that. All right.
CK was the shit.
Hell yeah. What about you? Austin, you want to read that third one?
Hell yeah, we got Colby Evans commented, "I really like that shit on the Chijon gang, whatever. I'm such
Chihan gang.
Chi-
Whatever the fuck that word is. I love it.
The cannibals.
yeah. The gang. those guys were fucked up. You guys did it righteous.
Fucking
Oh
A.
yeah, thanks, Colby. And that last one, Chris. What's that last comment there?
Melinda Browning 33 says, I'm in Melbourne and love hearing you guys every week. Started listening when you interviewed Harlot. That's been a minute.
It's been a while ago.
Fuck. I love those guys and now Murder Metal Man. So fucking A.
Hell yeah, thanks,
Thank you.
Melinda. Very cool.
Melbourne represent.
We want to thank Sick Rick Masks. That's SIKRIK masks.com. Go support what he's doing. He should do a Sick Ripper mask is what he needs to do.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But he's got some of the best ones out there. We've got him in the studio. We've taken pictures and showed them to you. So go support Rick, SickRickMasks.com. Also, that Tampa Death Fest, we've been talking about it. Brass Mug, Tampa, Florida, Friday, September 30th through Sunday, October 2nd. And the episode description will have a link. You can get your tickets, $50 for all 3 nights. Just like a sore dick, Chris.
Can't beat it.
Can't fucking beat it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now check out murdermetalmayhem.com to listen to all the past episodes. Joey, you got your distro going over there in Toledo?
Yeah, FTA Records with a Z. Hit me up. New shit coming out. Some new shirts. I don't know. Just go check it out. I got a lot of CDs if you want them now, too.
Awesome. All right, don't forget our appearances on Saturday, October 15th at the Baldwin Asylum. That's going to be awesome there in Rantoul, Illinois. We're talking about
check
zombies.
These guys out, man.
Going to be hanging out with these characters, but they're going to be all costumed up and crazy. So that should be a lot of fun. So go check these guys out. Again, check that episode description to get a hold of them. Also, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. You can check us out on pretty much any podcast platform that's out there. Patreon, we talked about that, $3 a month. We're not going to let them go, though, without hearing a little karaoke. This is a little blast from my past, so crank this one up. And until next time, keep one foot in the gutter.
Just keep a bunch of fucking morphine around and kill people with it.
That's not good.
Kiss me out of the pitted poorly nightly beside the green grass. Swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. Fuck yeah. Sixpence none the richer. Bitch. Kiss me down by the broken treehouse. Swing me upon its hanging tire. Bring your flowered hat. We'll take that trail marked on your father's map. Whoa, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, whatever the fuck that means. So kiss me. Kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. Still don't know what the fuck that is. So kiss me. So kiss me. So kiss me. So kiss me.
Fuck yeah.
Mother, man.